Welcome. We're back. It's another Thursday live stream edition of the Hard Rock Show. I'm Andrew.
I'm Dave. Got to hand it to you.
Oh, God. I'm Belle.
I'm just boring old Jeff.
And I'm Conrad.
I'm still living in a tent, so I haven't got it all sorted out yet for decorations. But funnily enough, we have them all up here, though, so I'm going to get them out of the tub in storage, and that'll be some fun for me.
You tentatively plan to decorate.
I tentatively plan. I can't promise shit, but I'm going to see what happens. Tentacly plan to decorate for just something different there. But anyway, we got a lot to get through as always tonight. We're going to get into round 8, the second last round of our Nordic band King of the Riff series. This time around, it's going to be Rest In Sleaze from Crashdïet going up against Death Cult Armageddon from Dimmu Borgir. We're going to do songs a week as always. Dave is going to control Who Am I this week, and this is going to be interesting. And we're going to go through our albums from 1981, our picks from that, and go over the scoring that's been going on for our little build collection going on there too. So there's a lot to get through. There's reference tracks for everything we're talking about tonight in the episode description. So go and check those out if you miss them in the comments in the stream as we go through in the chat. But yeah, just make sure you hit those references. There's Mason, Orbit Culture, Burning Witches, Life of Agony, Crashdïet, and Dimmu Borgir all in there for you. So go and check those out. While you're looking around at those things, check out our links. Give us a like, a follow, a share, all that sort of stuff too. Find us on your preferred social platform or just search for The Hard Rock Show. That's the handle we use in all of them. So find us on your preferred and give us, whatever love you can there. And if you'd be so kind, our Patreon page is ready and waiting for you. If you want to join us, for example, on our Sunday sessions where we get to do a whole lot of fun stuff more, intimately for the audience, then you get to join us for that. If you just any tier you like, even a couple of bucks a month, we'll get you access to that one as well. Well, like I was saying, we've got a lot to get through, but as always, let's do the rounds quickly. Dave, how has your week been?
Yeah, the week's been pretty good. I have a bit of a cough, so I apologize if I'll be coughing throughout tonight. It's a pain in the butt, but everyone had it throughout the household, so it was inevitable that I would get it. But I thought I dodged the bullet. Unfortunately, no. So a bit croaky. Apart from that, it's been a good week. Work is less crazy, which is good. It's been insane for the last couple of months, but everything's kind of calmed down. The bad news is I think we're going to lose our casual, which means it's going to be easier for us too. So, we'll figure it out. Me and Jade watched the Mainskin concert on YouTube last Friday night.
Nice.
The first real live concert that she's watched on YouTube. So she loved it. She's like, "What's the things in their ears?" So I explained to her about in-ear monitors. And when they played Mamma Mia, she's like, "The drummer changed it," because she's learned the start of it. And she's like picking up little intricacies that people are doing differently. But yeah, it was a cool concert. Like the guitar player is crowd surfing while playing, and Vic is dancing her way through the crowd while playing, and there's people up on stage. It's like one massive party.
Nice.
So that was cool. And it's October, approaching Halloween. So unfortunately, I can't dress the house like this every day of the year because every day should be Halloween, but unfortunately not. But it is approaching Halloween, so I can go nuts. But so I've been watching horror movies as much as possible.
It's also Friday the 13th tomorrow as well.
Yes.
So.
Definitely going to watch a Friday the 13th movie tomorrow. In honor of that. Apart from that, not much is happening. Took the kids to the park on Monday. Jade hung out with her friend. Yeah. Helped Rory climb a tree. He got up as high as he could.
Nice.
So that was good. Yeah. Apart from that, how are you doing, Belle? You're the only other person that's decorated for Halloween so far.
Yeah, well, it wasn't a plan. It just kind of happened because it's fun. I enjoy doing it. So, if anyone else, guys, now it's a thing. Now it's officially a thing.
It is now.
Yeah.
You're letting the 10 down, fellas.
Yeah, I know.
Not my place.
Come on.
Not my house.
And this is the face made for Halloween. Come on.
Jeff, I know that you've got the spirit that what was it, the bring out your dead thing that you did?
Oh yeah.
Supposedly you. That was fun.
Well, I'm not saying anything about that. It was definitely in my house.
Speculate that it was you.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm all right. I just nearly finished my second week of leave, and it flew by nearly as fast as the first week, but I got a lot more done this week. I feel like I've achieved a lot more, but also relaxed a lot more. If that makes sense. It's just a bit more, I've kind of settled into it. I could so easily just not work and just fill my days doing stuff.
Yeah, me too.
not looking forward to going back to work, but it is what it is. I on Sunday went out to lunch, and I after that on the way home spotted a book fair happening, like a Rotary book fair,
Nice.
and there's just heaps of books, and they're a couple of bucks each. So I grabbed a couple, but I used to like going to these years ago, and as you guys know, I've just recently unpacked all my books out of their boxes that they've been sitting in onto the new bookshelves, but I have an app that I use to catalog all my books. And
nice.
Before I moved, I got rid of a heap, but I've actually acquired some more since moving, and so I had a very nice couple of days updating that.
That's awesome.
Photos of the covers, because the app wasn't able to retain some of the information that was already in there, and I didn't mind. It was nice.
It's fun in its own way. Books are cool. Like that.
It was, it was fun. So, other than that, I got a package delivered today because you guys know that I'm a big vinyl fan, record fan, I should say, and I ordered some more. And normally I get them, every month or so, I'll sort of buy a couple of records, and I normally don't sort of show. But I thought, no, fuck it, it's on point. I will share. So. I got 3 this time.
Do I need to solo out this?
So
Hang on. I'm going to solo out your
you can if you want.
Nice.
You can see.
Yep. There we go.
See.
Nice.
The place that I get them, they're all like original, original kind of sort of not brand new stuff. So which I prefer actually.
Cool.
So I got Aerosmith because old Aerosmith is awesome. I'm right into 70s stuff at the moment. So
cool.
That is there. Again with the 70s.
Oh, fantastic.
Nice.
Yeah. How cool is that? And more from the great.
Excellent.
That's a good one. There we go.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So I when I was decorating earlier today, I had the Aerosmith pumping on my stereo, and it was
awesome.
Heaps of fun. So
no pun intended, eh?
Great album, that.
Oh,
Your
well
great
done.
album, actually.
Yeah. I've got that too. I've got that record.
I have in my rock club in London here that I've got this Friday. I put all these flags up. I've got all these massive flags around the venue of all these of Priest and Maiden and Megadeth and all these bands. And I've got Live and Dangerous, the flag up from the album cover as a flag. And this fucking moron who wasn't really a rock guy said, "Are they a rock band? Are they?" They're not really a rock band, are they? Thin Lizzy aren't rock. And I'm like, dude, they're one of the best metal bands of all time. What the fuck? What is wrong with you? You fuck. The door's the wooden thing in the wall.
Conrad, you got to take some photos at some point of your little setup over there.
I will tomorrow. It's tomorrow night. Is it
awesome.
Yes, it's tomorrow night. My rock club. Tomorrow night.
Do it.
Photos.
Send them through.
Photos or it didn't happen. Yeah.
Right. No, fair enough.
Yeah. But Belle, what else have you got to share with us?
That's no more show and tell. That's about it, really. How you going, Jeff?
Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah,
I'm all right. I'm okay. I woke up this morning. I felt like I had been run over by a Mack truck. I just felt like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I worked. I got through it. Like 4 coffees later and like 5 bottles of water. I was like pissing like a racehorse, but I got through it. And and they like this week they moved me my job. They moved me out of my normal support queue, like so I help people with their problems, internet related. And,
I'm glad you clarified because I was like, dude, I was going to unload.
I'm not a psychiatrist. Fuck that. I'm too much getting help from me. Take 2 of these. Call me in the morning.
Shrink.
Shrink. All right.
Looking at Dave's set, you don't want Dave's problems to deal with.
Well, no.
These aren't problems.
Finance.
These are therapy.
Pretty cool, actually. I like it. I'm getting used to it. I could see myself staying in finance.
Okay.
I just quite like it. It's because it's short and quick, it generally finance calls are quick, right? So you take a lot more of them. Keeps busy. You know, you're not. I could spend 2 hours on the phone with somebody trying to fix their internet. Whereas finance, it's like, I want to pay my bill. Okay, you know, done. See you later, and then you're on to the next one, right?
Yeah.
Would you get bored though of the simplicity of that after a while? I mean, it's nice for a change, but
well, it's you'd think so until you get like today. I had an older lady, an elderly lady, and she was lovely, but we spent 40 minutes for her trying to open up her browser to click on a link.
Okay.
I'm like, all right, I said, this is what it looks like. Just click on this thing, and it didn't quite work out the way I.
Just remember, man, you're getting paid.
Lovely.
You're getting paid.
I would never say anything bad, because I love the people that and yes, I know what you're saying, Belle, but it's you just never know what you're gonna get, and that sort of thing keeps it going.
Hang on a minute.
Keeps it exciting.
Forest.
Isn't that forest?
I was just thinking.
Life is like
Forest,
You never know where going
the chocolates. Yeah,
that's right. So, I know I love my job. I do. So, but it's kind of nice to change up once in a while, just do something different. Yeah. Anyway, that's it. I haven't really done anything exciting. That was it. And so on to you, Conrad.
Well, my week's been very lazy, incredibly lazy this week. I've done absolutely sweet fuck all. However, it's about to change. About to change. That's all about to change today. I'm off to look at an apartment. Well, not an apartment, but I'm off to look at a room today. I'm off to look at a room today in an apartment with another guy, but it's a really good location. I'm slap bang in the middle of everything I want to be, surrounded by all the rock bars, all the rock clubs, the ones I DJ at. Everything is all within walking distance of this place. So awesome. It's right in the heart of everything. It's right in the heart of Camden in London, if you know which is fantastic. I'm like, less than a 3-minute walk to the tube station. It's all there. So I'm surrounded by everything I need to be, and it will save me a lot of money on public transport, because it's costing me at the moment between £7 and £10 to travel in and out of London. And it'll save me a lot of money from.
Sorry.
Whoa,
That's Facebook on Facebook clicked on and it was reverbing. So sorry.
Sorry, you're freaking me out there, Dave.
You're hearing yourself now.
Freaking me out there.
Because one's just not enough.
Threw me off. Exactly. So it's right in the heart of everything, and hopefully I'll get it. And the guy that I might be sharing with is a metal guy, so that's
nice.
Cool. He's a metalhead as well, so that'll be
Match
great. We know some of the same people as well. We
awesome
share, we're in the same scene, so that's a good thing. Hopefully it'll work out well. After that, obviously tomorrow night, my rock club tomorrow night. Yes, I'll take some photos for you all. And then there's another rock club on the Saturday night I'm off to as well. And then maybe a gig on Sunday. So busy next 4 days, definitely. 4 days. Yeah.
Nice, man. Well, good luck with the house. Hopefully that comes off for you. And
then once that's in place, then I can start looking for a job.
That's it.
Yeah, because I'm running out of money. I'm plowing through my fucking cash.
Yeah, that's a problem.
I lead a very expensive lifestyle.
No shit.
My rock and roll lifestyle is not cheap.
No, never is.
Not cheap at all.
Wow.
Sorry, over to you, Andrew.
Again, fingers crossed for you, Conrad. Hopefully it comes off nicely for you.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Week's been good. Nothing new really to report. Just keep on keeping on.
How's the house?
We're actually doing more work on it, so we're starting to do more of the interior stuff. The cladding that on the outside's a long way done now, so it's almost there. To the point where we're starting to put insulation inside the walls and starting to put beading up to close off ceiling panels and things like that. So we'll get all the insulation in and start the wiring and all that kind of stuff. So it's all sort of just chipping away at it. It's getting there. So slowly but surely, it's at a point where we could camp in there if we wanted to now. But we could go in there and set up in there if we wanted to instead of being in this. But we don't want to be in there and then sort of we find that if you're in there while you're building, you're not going to finish everything you want to finish before you get it done. So we're trying to hold off as long as we can, so it's as done as it can be before we get ourselves established in there. But yeah, coming along really nicely now. Otherwise, everything's just sort of pretty consistent. Going pretty good. Nothing really to complain about. I was up before helping my nephew with his homework, which was an interesting experience. I haven't had help a little one with homework for a few years now, but that was cool to do. And just pitching in, doing what we do around here. It's all going pretty good. I'm going to start another batch of alcohol on the weekend, so that'll be all right.
Nice. Sounds good.
It'll be ready to still in a couple of weeks. Just got that sort of stuff going on. So yeah, just living the quieter lifestyle, doing what we do, and yeah, it's all going pretty good. Jody says hello to everyone. She's doing well too. So everyone,
hey Jody.
Hello.
Everything's good. Can't complain. Missing the dog still. That'll never change. But the only trick to that is getting Caesar to be used to being an alone dog, which he's never done before, which is the interesting adaptation for him, because he was in a massive pack of like 30 dogs before it came to us. And then he always had 2 dogs, and then it was 1 dog with him, and now there's no dogs with him. So it's the first time in his 9 years that he's never had another dog for a companion. So he's adjusting, but it's just taking a bit longer. But he's not too bad overall. He's okay. But he definitely perks up when we come home, if that makes sense. Like, you definitely notice there's a tone he has when someone's on the property that's not supposed to be here, and he barks, and then there's a tone when we come home. It's an entirely different tone. He's very much more excited and puppy noise. Yeah, basically that's what it is. So you can't see him, but he's behind me on the ground on his bed asleep. He's very, very content. He is getting spoiled being an only dog though, so we're making up for it a little bit. But there we go. But no, everything is good. Let's see what the comments have to say here. Andrew's here saying, good evening all. Good to see you as well. Should come up on the screen. There it is. Cool. Same with Man Family. Good to see you too. Hopefully you're keeping well. Rowan's here. Doing the usual. Good to see you, buddy. Hopefully you've had a good week. Sally here. Hello, metal people. Good to see you again, Sally. Hopefully you've had a good week too.
Sally.
Terry. Hi, guys. Good to see you again.
Hey, Terry.
And Tough. Let's see what YouTube
Tough.
let's see what YouTube rabbit hole you go down tonight. G'day, metalheads. The weather is shit. I'm glad I got the jog done before the storm. I don't know what it's like down there at the moment, but it's very muggy up here.
Weather sucks today.
Drizzly. I don't mind it. I like the rain. Yeah.
No, well, we had some gnarly storms come through, but everything survived pretty good. So
it hailed today at 3:30. Bang on school pickup time. It's raining on and off all day, but it fucking hailed at school pickup.
Right. That sucks. You don't want that.
Yeah. Always at 3:30 it gets worse.
Well, I feel for you. That's not fun at all. Brendan's here saying, good to see you, buddy. I spin fast by Trick or Treat every Halloween. That is a very popular album this time of year.
Yeah, what a fucking
very
album
popular album this time of year.
Yeah.
Nicole is here saying hello all. Good to see you again.
Hey,
hopefully you're keeping well.
Hey, Nicole.
Vinny's here. Of course, Vinny's here. Good to see you, buddy. Evening, gang. Speaking of horror movies, The Nun 2 was pretty enjoyable, Dave. Make sure you stick around through the closing credits. So there we go. There's a recommendation for Dave.
Well, you usually don't see that on Tronic Cinema. Yeah. Oops. But yeah, it's a pretty good movie.
Okay, cool. There you
go.
I know a nun joke. I won't tell him, but I know one. Yeah.
You brought it up now, man. You can't bring things up and not say them.
Okay, what kind of meat do priests eat? None. All right. I mean, come on.
Hey, that could be worse.
That's a dad joke, and I'm not even a dad. Yeah,
it could be like baby back ribs or something like that.
That's bad. Wow.
Yeah. See, you only get dark.
Yeah. Saw X is pretty good, but one of the traps in the preview didn't go the way I was expecting it to, so it made me laugh like a little kid. It was fucking hilarious.
Dave's watching people get dismembered and giggling like a schoolgirl. It's amazing. Yeah.
When I read Hannibal, the sequel to Silence of the Lambs, I was laughing all the way through it. It's fucking hilarious.
You're twisted, man. You're twisted.
Funny. That shit's funny. I had to see the movie after reading the book, and I was laughing through that too, especially at the end where he's eating his own brain. It's fucking fun.
Yeah, it's different.
Anyway, I'm shaking his head again.
Yeah, I know. Tufts here saying Dave should pretend that is his own hand hanging from the roof there, which is cool.
What it is?
Dave, your B-grade horror work needs a little more.
Smack myself in the face with this shit.
Gundolini wants his arm back.
Yes, that's it. Michael's
Well,
here
you
saying
can
hi,
have that.
guys. Jolie's working, but says hi as well. And thank you to
Hey.
Jolie for
Hey, guys.
upping her Patreon there too, Michael. Just a big thank you to you both there. I really do appreciate that. I did see that come through early this week, so much appreciated. Adrian's here saying, "What's up, mates?" And then
Hey.
Cool Album talking about the show until here. Rowan says, hoping Bell holds up at Kate Bush, Wuthering Heights. Not yet. That's coming up on Sunday. You want to watch Dave lose his mind? You're going to see that on Sunday.
Yeah,
That's
let's
going to
not
be
talk
fun.
about that.
We got to screen these fucking lists, people. Jesus.
I'm
Who
going
the
to
hell
be talking.
picked that?
Yeah, I actually mentioned that in one of my reviews.
No, I almost had a fucking car crash because of that album on Tuesday. I was doing Uber Eats, had Blackstone Cherry, it's up, I'm
don't
enjoying
say
myself, and then
that.
that fucking voice came on. Like, no, I can't
Don't-
handle it. I got to tell shit I'm driving. I can't be turning that shit off while I'm driving. But
Dave, safety first.
no.
Yeah, safety first, Dave.
I don't want to hear this.
Oh no, this is going to be
Anyway.
fun on Sunday. I'm going to have an absolute blast of this. Adrian is saying vinyl is the best. It is, and then awesome vinyl. So a lot of love for your vinyl there, Belle, which is cool.
Thanks,
What do we got
guys.
here? Vinny says, I'm loving collecting vinyl also, Belle, except I finally hooked up my second-hand record player and it shit itself. Hopefully buying a new one this weekend. Bugger.
Oh, cool.
That's a shit
Bugger,
feeling.
This stuff's
yeah.
always good.
I got
My
a really
setup's down
old
in
one
Melbourne still.
because
Mm.
is
not
it?
cheap.
Oh, you some
Yeah.
storage
Cool.
down there. Nah.
It's in storage in Melbourne still, so it's like, fuck. But I haven't got anywhere to put
I
it
got
in.
I got a really old amp and really old player because they just sound,
Mhm.
better.
Sound better.
Yeah, old school's best.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
Old
that's
stuff still
something.
works. That audio gear,
Mm.
just something about it. What do we got here? Tough says, when I was on the dole, the first thing I spent money on was a Manowar flag and album. There we go. Good choices. Love it.
Nice.
Guys, he's saying hello. Good upside down hang rockers. Well, up the same way you up north up there. The
Hey,
right way up.
guy.
We are the upside down. You're the right way up. It's all good. Hopefully you're having a good week. Good to see you there. Sally's going, Bell, there is someone behind you. Yay, Lizzie. So there we go.
Surprised you didn't tape the fingers like that, Dave. That would have been perfect.
Okay. I don't think they do that. Oh, they do bend. There you go.
Yeah, they did.
If you do the
All the
shocker,
stuff I can
Dave,
get up
I'm
to.
gonna be, you can explain it to your kids.
We don't want to
Anyway.
know what you get up to with your extra
With your
hands.
spare hand.
What Dave's getting up to with his
I got another one here, man.
Oh,
Of course you do.
don't want to know where
Yeah,
you keep that.
Exactly.
Dun, dun, dun. There we go. That'll work to a degree.
Yeah, because the thumb means I love you. If you do like that, that's
Oh, you keep it
Yeah.
out
It does mean love.
like that. Fuck the plumbing. It's always that.
Or Rigididge. No, that's Rigididge.
No,
Oh, yeah, the old shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Adrian's here saying, I had a cool record collection. I had a Kiss Alive on red vinyl and Was Fuck Like a Beast picture.
Yeah, me too.
Original, unfortunately, lost all my
Wow.
vinyls. Wish them. Wow.
Oh,
That's
bugger.
amazing.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was like a beast too. That was
Sucks to
awesome.
lose them.
Yeah.
Mhm. Wow.
The,
Start again, mate.
the most valuable piece of vinyl I have is the Metallica green.
Oh, yeah.
The Ride the Lightning.
Mhm.
That's the most valuable.
Oh, wow.
thing
Wow.
I've got. Yeah, I've got
Oh,
one of those.
Wow.
That's a
I
cool one.
bought that at Wacken one year.
Wow. That's nice.
Of course you did. Fucking whack and
Here we
tell us about Woodstock because you were probably there.
I wish. I wish. I'm not
This
that
week's
old.
edition of
What's
fucking
on your
Conrad.
mind?
Oh, Conrad, I was
Not that old.
Jesus Christ.
Here we go. Man Family says Dave's hand needs to get a grip. Well, there we go.
Aha.
Um,
No,
like
it.
another Aerosmith thing. Yeah.
Yep. Adrian says, I'm in the same boat, work in technology. I need a change. So there we go.
Yeah.
Vinny says,
Don't
oh
roll,
my
man.
God, an internet support person in Australia. What is this sorcery? So there we
I
go.
know. I'm the only one. Yeah. No.
Darren says, hey, all good to
What?
see you, buddy. Hope you're having a good week as well.
Darren.
And then Adrian says, I'd rather take easy calls myself. So there we go. Tough says, my nephews don't know how a Walkman works. To me, that's to me that is sad for them. Yeah, well, the Walkman was fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What do we got here? Conrad, Vinny says, next minute, Conrad is looking for new places after critiquing his new housemate's music taste. So
My housemate's metal, actually. My housemate's a metalhead.
Adrian's gone, don't feel bad, Conrad. I had bad 2 weeks. My brother died and just got over the stomach flu. Fuck.
What?
Wow.
Oh,
I don't know what to say to that.
Sorry,
Adrian.
sorry.
Right.
Sorry,
Yeah.
buddy. Holy shit.
Really
Um,
sorry.
That's
Yeah.
Fucking hell, man.
That
that's
is
a
shit.
shame. Hopefully you're doing as well as you can. Hopefully you being here with us tonight gives you a bit of something to laugh at. But yeah, our condolences from all of us here. That's terribly
Hope
sad.
we can cheer you up.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that with us. But yeah, hopefully you're feeling better sooner rather than later. I don't know what to say to that, honestly, but just condolences, and that hopefully that watching us and our stupidity will hopefully put a smile on your face at some point.
You're part of the family, dude. So every week.
That's it.
Exactly right.
Vinny says, "How's Jody going with the new job?" She's actually going really well. She's going to be in for a possibly a promotion already. So that'll be interesting to see how that conversation goes tomorrow. So yeah, she could be becoming like the actual manager of the whole joint as of tomorrow or next week. So I don't know what's going on. So
well, then she's going.
Yeah, she's going pretty good. Safe to say.
I'd say so. Yeah, they must have
wherever she goes.
Holy fuck!
Wherever she goes, she smokes it. So she's just one of those people that can just land anywhere and just really make an impression very quickly in all the best ways. So
awesome.
She's smoking it. So she's doing good. BC, where are you moving to, Andrew? Well, where have I moved to? I have moved to Queensland. So out inland of Noosa is where I am now these days. That's where I've moved to. That's why we're building a house and doing a temporary setup.
How far are you from the beach? How long will it take
about 30, 45 minutes.
Oh, that's great. Oh, that's close.
Yeah, so we're not that far away.
Oh,
and we're right near like
tsunami. It's good.
Yeah, and where we are is good, nice and hilly too. So we're up in the hills, but we're like close enough or far enough away. But where we are, we can get to Fraser Island, we can get to Tin Can Bay, we can get to Rainbow Beach, we can get to Noosa, all within 45 minutes. So we're in a really good little hub, but still tucked away in the middle of nowhere, which is pretty cool. So we're very happy.
Yeah.
I was looking at a map today and I saw Tin Can.
Is there a train station up near there?
You got the old steam trains kicking around the joint. That's about it. The old tourist steam trains. That's about it.
Just Thomas the Tank. And
Okay.
I think Thomas is an upgrade on what's kicking around out here at the moment. There we go. But no, it's a cool little place, but it's a good little location. That's that whole thing where you can do the whole touristy thing if you want to. Brisbane's a couple of hours away. Sunny Coast is roughly similar. But yeah, we're all pretty good.
Cool.
And then Nicole says I got sunburnt today. The sun's been pretty bitey up here because she's in Queensland.
Oh,
as well,
shut up! It's been raining all day. People with your sun.
What have we got here? Tough says you will not survive or make you shit bricks. It's about alien abductions. No one will save you is what it's called.
Hey, that's random.
That's about another movie.
It's referring to
Yeah. Okay. What do we got? I can count on one hand how many times I've been to Chernobyl. There we go. There's a good joke for Dave's stuff there. Vinny's gone, actually, Jeff, a Flash was recently arrested in our area for exposing himself to 3 women. 2 of them suffered a stroke. However, the third couldn't reach them.
Oh, God.
There we go. Vinny.
Wow.
Nice.
Yep. What do we got here? Brendan says, if you want to check out some of my record collection, check out BVD Aussie Metalhead on Instagram or YouTube. Cool. Please do, people.
Okay.
Please do get around that one. There's some comments coming through on YouTube, which I know Adrian can see, which is saying thanks to people. But from Sally on Facebook, there's sorry for Adrian's lost there too.
Yeah.
Shit. Tough says, I lost my dad on Halloween. I find comfort knowing I got a guardian angel looking out for me. Well, hope so. Like, yeah, that there is it's actually funny because Jody's dad, I think it's like 19 years is the anniversary tomorrow. So there's a whole lot of this sort of going around at the moment, which is hopefully these times can get a bit, we all joke and have fun, but when you got to sort of, sometimes things get a bit heavy and serious. So make sure you are surrounding yourself with the people you love the most that, can help pull you out of any sort of darker times, even just for grieving. Shared grieving is better than, alone grieving, for example. So, do all the things you have to do to make yourself happy and or as comfortable as you can be in all your circumstances. No matter whatever's going on, try and find a reason to smile. But if you have to be down, then do it with other people around you. That's the best way that I can sort of look at it, whatever that's worth. Out there, but hopefully you're all doing well. But let's move on. Let's have some fun, lighten the mood here, because we're going to go through our songs this week and let's see who gets to bin what and who gets to enjoy what and carry on like a bunch of half-wits like we always do. So let's have some fun here, people. We're going to start off with the last addition to this little run here. So I don't know who's going to have this song ready to go.
Oh.
It was pumped through very last minute. Conrad's choice this week is an older one, which is cool because I like digging out from the archives to see what is out there. I might tweak this in the new year to see how we can do this a bit differently, the whole new tunes thing. But Conrad's chosen Life of Agony Through and Through. So there is a link to that in the description box. I'm going to quickly pump that into the comments now. So make sure you go and check that out. What do we got here? So that's there. Sorry, just quickly before I move on. Tough says love is forever. That is absolutely true. And that is something to very much remember at all times. Love is forever. But anyway, Life of Agony Through and Through. This is Conrad's choice of the week. There is a link to it in the description box. There's a link in the comments now. It's from the American band's debut album, River Runs Red, back in 1993. So it's an old one. It's out of the archives, but Conrad chose it. So let's go to Conrad first. What made you dig this one out? What is it about this one that appeals to you?
Just such a forgotten gem again. However, I was trying to find something new and modern, and then you guys managed to find something new and modern, which made me realize, hang on a minute, there is some new stuff out there that I, should be digging deeper and not perhaps looking to the past. So you've proven me wrong on that, and that there is some new stuff coming out. So I do have to dig deeper, but I guess I was running out of time, and I thought this is a forgotten gem. This is definitely a forgotten gem, and they sound like nobody else. They don't. No, but you can't compare Life of Agony to anybody else because they have their own unique sound.
Really?
They changed on the first 3 records. Each album was different, volume wise. Did I miss something?
Yeah.
No.
Don't worry, it'll come up. I'm pretty sure because Jeff's just gone really.
Right.
It'll be okay. It'll be fun.
So on each record they changed, but still managed to sound different to everybody else out there at the time. It was when I heard this, I was just like, I was blown away. The first time I heard it, I was like, I saw it on MTV Headbangers Ball over here in London, and I was like, oh my God, I fucking love this. Cool. It just grabbed me instantly, and then I checked out the record, and it was phenomenal, and I got to see them supporting Prong.
Good band.
Just became a huge fan of these guys, and followed, and went and saw them at every opportunity, and seen them quite a few times over the years, and just a phenomenal band. They don't sound like anyone else, and I encourage everybody to check them out. They should have been bigger in Australia. I don't know why they weren't, but they should have been a lot bigger. This would also be in my debut. You have we have a round coming up, I believe. Debut albums, is it debut? Best debut album?
Yes, the debut album. Yep.
This will be in there for me in my top 3.
Wow, cool.
In my top 3 because it's such a fantastic album, and just a blinding record. It does come with a warning, and that is if you're in a depressed place in your life, if you're in a miserable place in your life, do not listen to this record ever. In a bad headspace, don't listen to this record because it is very, very, very depressing album.
I'll say
incredibly depressing record, but brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And I understand with Life of Agony, all the songs, it's all true stories. Alan Robert writes the lyrics, and it's all true stories. It's all real shit. This stuff has actually happened to people that they've known in their lives. It's pretty heavy, but they are just a phenomenal band. The story and the songwriting and the lyrics are fucking off the scale. Just really, really clever, really good. But again, you got to be in the right headspace to deal with it because it's quite confronting stuff. Anyway, rant over.
Nice.
Yeah, I love this band. That's why I chose it, because it's a forgotten gem. And I don't believe they got the credit that they deserved. And I would like to see more people in Australia discover them, and maybe around the world. So for those that hadn't discovered them previously, check them out.
Well, let's do the rounds. Belle, over to you. What did you make of it?
I didn't listen to it. I forgot. Sorry.
All right. Well, I'll skip.
I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I completely forgot about it. I intended on, and then I just no. Sorry, Conrad. No, genuinely, I'm sorry. Again.
I didn't know who would get to what
here.
No.
Oh, here we go.
Stop sending them in so late, dude.
I know,
seriously, I called it yesterday.
Wow.
My fault for sending it in late, admittedly.
You two are having nice fun this morning in the chat. Alrighty, Dave, did you get to it? Did you manage to get to
No,
it?
sorry.
No. Cool.
Fuck, man. Nothing's going to happen on a Thursday, dude. I swear. I get everything done by Wednesday night because Thursdays are fucked for me. So sorry, man.
Busy.
My bad.
All right. Well, I did see Jeff have a reaction before. So, Jeff, I'm assuming you got to this one?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
Yeah, I did.
All right.
I did.
I'm
Hang on. All right.
disappointed that
Let's
you
make
I did.
This one can be my song for next week. There you go. You can
That works.
No, I did a review.
I've got notes as well.
push it to next week.
Okay.
I want everyone to listen to it. So push it to next week.
I'll listen to it. All right.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'll
I'll forego my beautiful review if you want.
Yeah.
All right, we'll hold it. We'll hold it for next week. We'll
Move along.
this next week.
Next
All right.
one.
Nothing to see here. Move along.
We have some. We do have some audience comments though. Quickly here. So Adrian says, "Very cool, slamming track." Tough says, "This reminds me of old headbanging parties and moshing in the lounge room and breaking the couch again." Adrian says, "Good choice, Conrad." So we're getting some good love for it. Jolly says, "Hi everyone, at work on break. I'll catch up later. Hope all is well. Thanks for joining us. Hopefully have a great shift. Don't work too hard. That'll be good there."
Next week.
Adrian's having a laugh at Bell. Vinny says, "Not bad, Conrad. Could have almost been released during the early, heavier grunge era alongside Soundgarden." Well, we'll share our assessment. It's like a little
Don't
teaser.
compare it to Soundgarden. I won't like it.
Interesting.
No. Well, it's not. I wouldn't. I don't.
It's not Soundgarden. No, at all. No.
I'm good. Okay.
I didn't
cool.
get Soundgarden out of. I got other bands. I'm not saying.
I got other bands too. But
We can talk later on, but we'll do it one. We'll do it next week. All right, but we were going to go to Jeff anyway, so we'll go to Jeff's choice next.
Oh fuck,
Jeff's choice next. Get my fucking words out. It's in the description box. It is. It's in the comments now. I'm not going to say it 10 times fast, so you can forget that. Jeff's choice for this week is Orbit Culture From the Inside. It's from the album Descent, which was released in August. It's a Swedish band. So Orbit Culture From the Inside. The reference track is in the comments and the description box. Make sure you go and check that out there. Just quickly, Jolie says, "Love the hand hanging, Dave. Very cool. And Belle, love your bats." So there we go. Getting some love for the decorations.
Thanks, Jolie.
Alrighty.
My bat's moved as well.
Okay,
I have a bat.
Yeah, you do have a bat.
It looks dead.
He does look dead.
Ozzy already got to it.
By the hand. Yeah. Alrighty. So, Jeff, this is your choice for the week. How'd you find this one? It's a bit heavier than the usual stuff for you. Not even on Frontiers.
It's not Frontiers, no.
Yeah.
And Belle teased me about that during the week. And I said, look, I've got to break out of the mold. I don't want to be the guy that's always doing Frontiers. So, in actual fact, I had found my song. It was on Frontiers, yes. But then, so I'll read what I was writing, what I wrote. So I really don't know much about these guys. I had already found my song for the week. And I was watching a guitar instructional video, and these guys came on, and I stopped immediately what I was doing, sat up, and went, "Holy fuck! Okay, that's cool." Nice. So they had my attention. So I did a little bit of research. I found out that they formed in 2013 in Sweden. They haven't been around that long, like 10 years.
Yeah.
I really do dig their sound. It's got like not so much this song, because this song is kind of like, for me, was my gateway to them. I've listened to a lot since then, but they've got like an industrial death metal kind of thing happening, which is kind of unusual. And I thought the video for the song was quite well done as well. But I was really blown away by the rhythm section. The rhythm section here is, the drumming here is just next level. It's relentless. He's got blast beat rhythms, but he's doing shit with it, and he's playing it on different drums, and he's moving it around, which is really unusual. And I really thought that was pretty cool. It's like a wall of sound, but somehow they find a way to leave enough room for melody, and the song is allowed to evolve as a result. Now, people listening to this, and you guys, that I don't know if you guys listen to it, but it's certainly I posted this lots and lots of time for fucking people to get this song, because I actually posted it
while it was streaming last week.
Because I had found it. I'm like, I just gotta get it out there. Yeah. But now I want to know, does anyone hear Hetfield's vocals here? And I'm not sure. Yeah,
didn't get that.
No.
I got Hetfield a lot, and if you listen to the album, you'll get more of it. You will.
Okay.
The guy,
Okay.
it sounds quite cool, but to me, it also sounds blatant. It sounds like he's trying to, do a Hetfield thing, and I didn't like that. It's not all through the song; it's only in certain parts. But I definitely could hear Hetfield there, and I think that Hetfield has a very distinct sound. And while I don't always mind it when a singer copies another singer in homage, I think it can be overplayed, and thankfully it's not here. I thought, if you really listen to it, and especially other songs as well, you can really hear some growls in there that really reminded me of Opeth and Michael Ackerfeld, and I heard that.
I get that more than Hetfield. Yeah.
And it's what next time you guys listen to this song, I'm sure somebody out there is going to say, the audience, not when he's doing the growly stuff, heavy stuff. It's when he's doing the lighter stuff. There's definitely fucking Hetfield going on. I know I'm not fucking crazy.
No, you're crazy, dude.
I've been told that. But so look, I'm going to pay this singer a compliment when I think it's due. What he's doing here, I think he's doing it very well. Copycat vocals are only really some of the time, and I think if it was all the time, that would be a real turnoff for me. But thankfully, it isn't. So Hetfield vocals aside, I think this band for me hits like a sledgehammer. Heavy as fuck, brutal rhythms, blistering guitars, tight where it counts, with plenty of melody to keep things from getting stale. I, for one, will be keeping a close ear on these guys. Now that I've listened to their new CD, and it's fucking killer. So
Cool.
Yeah, get onto it. Anyway, that's my review. I think it's a pretty cool band.
Nice. I'll go next, and this is heavier than I expected going on it does buck your trend, Jeff. It's a bit heavier than I thought it'd be. It's aggressive. There's the growling vocals, which has been touched on, which fits the vibe of this sort of music. It does have that sort of industrialized kind of blackened metal kind of thing going on with it. But the contrast, that aggression and darkness, is the use of space and melody in the song, but also most particularly in the chorus, where the chorus sort of really does have that contrast to everything else that's going on. That does really stand out to me and make it all about the melody in those moments. You never lose the harsh side of the vocal completely. There's always an edge to what's going on with it, but I think that's cool and it works. Under all that, there's this undeniable groove in this song, and that's what got my attention. Maybe it was the drumming, but the groove just really got my attention. While it's dark, it's got plenty of air, and it just moves nicely. What's cool though is there's the middle of the song has that change up where it's almost like just piano and vocal exclusively for a little bit there, and that shows there's a bit more depth to this band than you might think as well. Like a lot of this genre or this world of music overall is growing heaps, and I'm really enjoying the different stuff coming out of it. There's more exploration. Please bring it. But after that little quiet moment, it launches into this epic attack, and that just combines all the best pieces of this song in that sort of crescendo piece there. It's really well done. Builds nicer to the end. You captivated sort of that it's really nicely put together. There's some nice layering in this one too. There's a nice little solo, not over the top, but nice little one there. It's for this sort of music, it can be, the whole sample thing, but it's really lush sort of soundscape going in this one too. I don't know. And just when you think it's all sort of starting to wrap up, there's one, it's almost like the last jump scare in a horror flick at the very end of the song. They've got that one last little fucking punch for you, which is a pretty cool little touch there too. I enjoyed it. Dark, heavy, but still pretty beautiful, and it's got a lot of light in it as well. Like there's air and space and lightness, which I thought was cool. Good hook in the chorus. It's a good song. Great find, Jeff. I was pretty happy with this one. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Belle, how'd you go?
Good. Jeff, I've heard this before, and I think it's because I'm pretty sure I had this on my short list of songs for the week when it was a few weeks ago. I'm pretty sure that I didn't pick it because there was something else that was just blew my mind. I think it was the week that Paper Wolf. I discovered Paper Wolf.
Right. Yeah.
So it would have had to have been something really good to sort of put this to the side. So I'm really glad that you put this forward. So I like it. Look, it's just I'm getting it. like if there was a style that is me, this is it. Like it's got
I thought you
heavy and melodic and atmosphere, and it's just got everything I love. So I really, really enjoy this song. So I'm glad you picked it. Oh, fucking hell. See, this is what I do. I go off on a tangent and then I just fuck myself over with notes.
Off script. Yeah.
All right. So I cannot overstate the importance of atmosphere in this. It just really it's so important in this song. It just sits there all the way through, but it makes the song almost. There's a lot of other stuff going on that's awesome, but the atmosphere is so good. How can you not love the echoey guitar in the intro? And they continued this right up until the vocal started, which I thought it was cool. Just, well into the groove, but they just set that tone up. I thought it was awesome. It's like the song's like Lamb of God cross Fear Factory cross Godruin, I think, with the atmosphere.
It's not bad, actually. I'll pay that.
I got Lamb of God too as well.
Yeah. Definitely Lamb of God. There's a bit of sort of
that groove.
Side
well,
definitely the groove. Yeah, Lamb of God.
Yeah.
Because I knew there was something else there, and it was reminding me of something, and I just couldn't put my finger on it. I think you've just hit
and
it.
And it was Lamb of God. Yeah. I definitely got them. So beautiful mid-song quiet moment, and then followed by the perfect build back into the chorus. That was cool how they did that. We got a solo, nothing showy, but it fit the song really well. Killer outro, and went into an almost militant feel, and I got a bit of ministry there, even sort of step up.
Yep.
Definitely a bit of ministry vibe. So I don't know, what more can I say? Thank you for putting it forward, and I will check out is it an album or an EP?
It's an album. It's out now. It's great.
This is right up my alley. So
I did think of you when I heard this one. I was like, this is gonna be Belle's wheelhouse for sure.
Yeah. It was on the short list.
Nice.
Well, there you go.
Great minds think alike.
That's right. I firmly believe that. GMTA.
Definitely. Alrighty. Let's see what Dave's great mind has to say about it.
This is cool.
Nice.
Just picked a song that I like, which is good. Been an odd couple of weeks. Not by choice or anything, but I like this right from the start. Interesting song right from the start. There's no indication of which way it's going to go on first listen. But a haunting melody over the chunky chords. It could have gone in many different ways, and contrasting feel to each mood from the melody and the chords. Harsh vocals were coherent, which is cool, and they're very well done. And the clean vocals were really nice. Nice contrast between the two. The lyrics are really, really interesting. It just draws you into the song. The keyboard section in the middle, that little melody there, was a nice change of pace. Love the guitar solo. Fit the mood, but didn't draw attention to itself. It wasn't really that type of song where it needed that flash bump with a good solo, but it was right at the right moment. Now, the heavy parts, as Belle said, with the harsh vocals reminded me of Lamb of God. The melodic parts with the clean vocals remind me of the Spiral sequence. James Cool Code Red.
Yeah.
The more I heard it, I was just like, fuck, this looks right off that album that he released. And, well, that was a cool contrast between those two things. But overall, this is a very cool song, Jeff. Good pick. Thank you very much.
Thanks, mate. That's really awesome coming from you. Yeah, appreciate that. I don't mean that in a bad way, but we've contrasted. We've contrasted. No.
In the context.
So
let's just say there's been a back
and
forth over the last couple of weeks between you two in particular.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
All good, man. I don't blame Canada for everything.
I know. I don't feel like that. That's cool. Conrad.
Yes, Conrad.
This was interesting. This is
cool.
Interesting. It's different. I like the, some originality. Nice to hear some originality. It's an amalgamation of different styles. You got an industrial feel to it to begin with, and then you have like a black metal vibe to it, which I loathe black metal with a passion. But this was a bit more interesting in the fact that it had some other elements. You got some melodic stuff going on. There's some symphonic stuff happening. So yeah, it was interesting. So yeah, I quite liked the amalgamation of all the different styles. My only criticism with this is the vocals weren't loud enough when he went into the clean vocals. When he started singing clean, it just wasn't high up in the mix.
Oh yeah, I guess I could hear that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I would have liked to have been higher up in the mix for be able to hear. Because I was struggling to hear him when he was doing the clean stuff. I was like, oh, it's a shame because nice to hear the vocals higher, louder. Maybe it's because I'm listening to it through a laptop. I don't know. But yeah, it would have been nice.
Yeah, no, I don't particularly agree, but I could hear that it would help it.
I think I know what you mean.
Yeah. I just think if it'd be higher up in the mix, it would be a bit more.
It'd cut through.
It'd be more impactful. It'd have better impact. But no, this gets a thumbs up from me.
Cool,
nice, thank you, awesome.
All right, well,
unanimous.
Yeah, you did well, Jeff. Well done. You stepped out of your comfort zone, typically speaking, and you found a winner. So,
thanks, guys.
To you. All right, let's see what the audience have to say, though. Jolly's gone, I can't see on iPhone. Sorry, Jolly. But Adrian says, brutal. I love the arrangement. So there we go. Adrian saying, great choice, Jeff. Nice. Man says, got me spinning around. Good track. Hits hard. We're getting more love here, too. Andrew's saying, great choice, Jeff. And yes, I do hear Hetfield a little bit with the vocals, so you're not alone. Excellent arrangements and musicianship on this one.
I knew somebody had to hear it.
Yeah, someone did. Nicole said, I like this band. I think I've heard these guys before. So more love. Adrian says, I like the hand, Dave. So we're getting a lot of love for Dave's hand.
We all like the hand, dude.
Tom says, it's a good choice, Jeff. Singing along with this song, I'm out of breath. And it was so... loud.
So loud. I'm now. That's a Freudian slip of the tongue, dude.
You'd be the chef. Okay, well, if good metal was a meal, you'd be the chef is a good compliment.
There you go.
Yeah.
Here we go. Adrian says, I'm going to check out this album. I like the style. The band is very unique. Cool. Okay. I mean, deaf, stupid typo. Good metal. Just get me all hyped up. So there we go. There was a typo in there. Darren says, like these guys. Check out Descent. I have posted this on Discord a couple months ago. So there we go. That might be another reason why it was there. Jolie says, ciao for now. Hopefully we'll see you later on. Rowan says 10 out of 10 for me. And cool. Michael says, Orbit Culture. See Hetfield, Jeff. But for me, I think Diction is different in his delivery. Track is okay. That style of vocal, not my favorite, I've said before, but the good contrast as it mixes up with the cleaner stuff and drags on a bit, though. So we did get some different. It's all right, but that's okay. Everyone's got different points of view, and that's the best part about talking about music is that it's so fucking subjective, and that's what makes it interesting. Alrighty.
I'm so glad you said that, Andrew. I'll leave that hanging, shall I?
Okay, well.
Wow.
This is going to be interesting because I'm not sure if that's a shot at me because my song's up next. So in the comments, in the description box, you have a link here for the latest single from Melbourne band Mason with a track called Martyr. It's the title track from the upcoming third studio album from the band. I think it's due later this year. I'm not sure how much later in the year it's going to get, but I think it's due for 2023 release. But anyway, this is Melbourne band Mason. We followed them for a while. I've reviewed the last two. Dave, I think you might have reviewed the last album, but not the debut album.
I think I did, yeah.
Yeah, but the debut album celebrates its 10th anniversary this year as well. So it's been a little while between drinks, but they're doing some pretty cool things. But anyway, I've had a lot of love for these guys. They're ripping band live. So when they dropped this one, I'm like, yep, I'm going to play this one for sure. We did get a bit of love for this one when we filmed our last TV session on Sunday. People were saying they enjoyed this track. They went and Googled it while we were talking about filming it. But anyway, these guys, for me, have been like on the heavier side of thrash, but they just sort of keep getting heavier and darker as the years go on, and I'm kind of all for it. The groove on this one got my attention straight off the bat. The main riff is fucking fantastic. I love a good rhythm riff, and this one has it. The slightly harsher vocals work well. James has been getting a bit more aggressive in the vocal tone as the years have gone on, and it works. It's not a frantic song, but it's just fucking meaty. Like, it's so good. I love the attack in it both vocally and musically. But that said, they've got great use of space and little vocal touches here and there. They're just a nice little additions in it. There's a lot more than meets the eye on the first pass when you listen to this song, pay really close attention to it. for me, there was just something undeniable about it. It just gets under your skin and stays there. The little moments of dissonance, the build up to the solo. I thought that was a nice little touch there as well. And when the song break sort of kicks in, it's fantastic. The way it just goes up a notch. That was so cool for me. And when the solo itself kicks in, how they lean into the groove in that moment, it really highlights the solo too, which is really cool. I love the composition of the performances across this one. I thought it's well written, well performed. If you like metal at all, I think a lot of people are going to enjoy this one. They've already got a couple of great albums out. If you like this, please do go and check it out. But I'm keen as fuck for number 3. So please, boys, hurry up with it. Not overly complicated. It's not, reinventing the wheel, but I just thought, the clip itself is pretty straightforward. But just as far as this sort of stuff goes, if it's done really well like this one is, it will get your attention anyway. And I loved it 2 bits. Hence, I put it forward for my song of the week. Now, let's flip it over to Jeff. How'd you go with it?
Okay, these guys know how to bring a groove and a mood. It's simple yet effective, tight as a fish's ass. But if I had one criticism, it would be the vocalist. He's not bad. It's not bad. Let me finish. He's not bad. That's not it. I think it's the way the song was mixed. For me, his vocals get lost a little bit, and personally, I would love to hear more of him up front. So this is not a criticism about him. Yeah. It's about the mix. Yep. Okay. So musically, I think these guys are great. And as I said as before, very, very tight. And you can tell, for me at least, and I may be completely wrong. They may have formed last week, but to me, it sounds like they've been playing together for a while.
Yeah, well over 10 years. But they've had some line changes along the way. But Nonda and James have been together for a long time. So the rhythm and vocalist and the drummer have been together for forever. So
it comes across in the music. Yeah. It definitely comes across. They have a syncopation that is reminiscent for me of Symphony X. And I'll go one step further, and I'll say that there are a few moments in this song where the band playing minus the singer, I could hear Symphony X here. So I don't know if the Symphony X is inspiration to these guys or what, but there were some songs parts in that song that if you closed your eyes and you didn't know, at least for me, I think one of the reasons for this, I think, is that the complexities here are so tight that they really sound, to me, they sound like they were almost born rather than created. It didn't sound like a fabricated song. It sounded like a song that have evolved. And now it's just like, it's been played and played. Now it's just like fucking perfect. So that's what I'm hearing in this thing is a sound that wants to be heard and really doesn't pull any punches. Yeah, love this song. Thought it was great. Fucking keep them coming like this, Andrew. Keep coming. Yeah,
I'm happy to keep digging it up. I keep finding the best in Australia at the moment, so I'm having a good little run of that. Alrighty, Conrad, how'd you go with it?
Yeah, good. Just in your face, modern thrash metal. It's great. I couldn't fault it. Maybe reiterating what Jeff said, and what I said before about the vocals maybe being a bit low in the mix. That's not necessarily their fault, but it's in your face. It's modern thrash metal, and I love that shit. So yeah, thumbs up from me.
Nice. All right. Now I'm curious, Belle. What have you got to say? Here we go.
What have I got to say? All right. So this song is just as awesome as Jeff's song, but in a different way. Andrew, I love it when you bring the heavy. It's great. Keep doing that.
He's not heavy. He's my brother.
Oh, he ain't.
Sorry, I couldn't.
Jeff. Words are important. Oh, anyway. All right. So this got me really excited. It's total banger, start to finish. I would even go as far as saying that this is the perfect metal song. I really would. I just couldn't think of anything that I didn't like about it. It's just perfection.
It's good.
I read a bit about these guys, I think their bio on something, and they're described as being thrash, but I would agree with that, absolutely. But I would say that they even stray into the melodeath territory a little bit.
I would say black
Maybe
and
it's
thrash.
just this song.
They're moving into black and thrash.
Black and thrash. Oh, I thought it was quite melodic actually in parts. Especially in that section with the solo. And the solo that just kept on giving. That was pretty epic. Beautiful thing. The drummer's a beast. The bass player is solid as fuck. The singer is fantastic. His vocals are the perfect match for the music. Old school thrash vocals. After listening to this song, I was thinking that we don't get a lot of those sort of vocals anymore. It's either clean singing or full growls. Or screaming, you know, and I'm cool with all that, but just that gritty.
It's more like old Carcass kind of style.
Yeah, it's just that gritty kind of. Wayne from Toxicon uses this style of singing, and I love those guys to bits.
They're great.
Yeah. I could bang on about how good the guitars are, but I'll leave that to the guitarists. The guitars are great. So a new bucket list item for me is to see this song or just these guys live. So come down to Tassie, boys.
Wow.
There's a little bit of a scene here. I don't know if they tour or they're planning on touring with this album, but yeah, you should consider.
They do some tours.
They're
pretty selective, but yeah, they do tours.
Yeah, I'd love to see this live. I think it'll just go off.
Go to Hobart.
I reckon them with Psychroptic would be a pretty cool gig, actually.
That'd work.
Yeah.
Them in Psychroptic would be great.
Yeah.
Dang.
Fuck.
That'd go off. That'd be nuts. I'd love it. Anyway, so 10 out of 10. Loved it. Thank you.
Okay. I'm winning so far.
That's any better than that. Nope.
Yeah. Alrighty. Dave, over to you, my friend.
Yeah, this was awesome, as expected from anything from this band. Right from the opening riff, it's fucking tears your face off. Guitar tone is awesome. The riffs are insane. As Belle mentioned, the singer, it's not the type of stuff that you usually get. They either go with the clean melodic stuff or the really harsh stuff. But this was harsh enough and coherent enough to just be unique because they're not doing enough of this style of singing anymore. And it's enough so you can understand the lyrics, and the lyrics are fucking cool too, so you don't want to be too brutal. Right in the middle of the song, there's this cool little pause, a momentary breather before a change of pace, which is fucking awesome because at the 2-minute 50 mark, there was some killer guitar lines. Just mainline that shit straight into my arm. I fucking love those little rebuild riffs that just... Jeff said Symphony X, but I'm going to go more Dream Theater, like that reverb type thing.
Wow.
Yeah, guitar solo was awesome, but yeah, this was very, very cool, especially if you're a guitar nerd, but yeah, more like this. I'm going to definitely check this album out when it comes out. Good pick, Andrew.
Yes.
Cheers. Well, I'm happy with that feedback. Let's see what the audience say. Adrian's here saying, love the track, old school thrash style, good choice, nice. Darren says, Deja Vu, Andrew, these guys fucking rock, so cool. And Nicole says, love this song. Tough says, his friend reminds me when I stubbed my toe, another good find.
Yeah, that's right.
Nicely
We've all
done,
been
Tough.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, we have. Oh, here we go. Andrew says, excellent track. I'm hearing a lot of In Malice's Wake. That'd be a cool band
wow.
to play with too.
Okay.
Adrian says, great review, Jeff. Good ear. Man family say, like the tempo, cool tunes tonight. Nicely done. Adrian says, spot on. Bell. Michael says, Mason got great energy for me, comes from rhythm. Love those drums and bass guitars and vocals. Sit over it well. I find vocals as compared to last track different, not a bad track. Cool. Nice. And Adrian says, great review, Dave, as well. So getting a lot of love for that song across the board.
Guys.
So we are winning there, which is cool. That's what it's all about. One more song to go, then we'll start getting into the games and stuff, have some fun. This is Dave's choice of the week now. So it's in the comments, in the description box. It is Burning Witches with Unleash the Beast. That is your song now. Your reference track is in the comments and the description box. Burning Witches, Unleash the Beast. It's from The Dark Tower, which was released in May 2023 from these guys. Now, we've loosely followed this band for a bit. But Dave, I know you've been really keen to get onto them some more. So tell us why I picked this one.
Yeah, it came up as a Spotify recommendation. So it wasn't on YouTube. It had nothing to do with tits. Okay, I just want to clarify that. Okay. As soon as the song started on Spotify, I knew it was right up my alley. It was fucking awesome. Killer guitar playing, high energy, awesome vocals. He's got great range and he's very powerful. She reminds me of Nura from Battle Beast. She got that same wail. Bit of a Rob Halford vocalist in there, but fuck, she is her own unique beast, and she's got some fucking pipes on it. Guitar solo is awesome. Lyrics are fucking great. With the whole burning witches gimmick and some of the other stuff on this album, it kind of went into the witch mythology and shit. But this song's more based in the working the stuff that you don't want to do, 9 to 5, all that type of shit. But I thought the lyrics were very clever. But yeah, this is very cool and a good indication of what this band is about. I highly recommend checking out this album too. I might suggest it for a Sunday session in a few weeks' time. There's a massive list there. But the album, they also cover Ozzy's Shot in the Dark and I Want to Be Somebody. So they're pretty cool covers too. But this band's a lot of fun. I reckon they got a big future. See what everyone else thinks about them.
All right, well, I'll go next. Like I said, we've been sort of loosely following this band for a few years. We have, I think, reviewed one album in the past. I've got a few, though. But this is just a cool metal band. Forget the gimmick. I know it's easy to lean into the gimmick because it is an all-female band, but you forget that. This is just straight up fucking metal. It's cool. It's riff-driven, heaps of energy, nice blend of melody and attack in the vocals, which is cool. A big hook in the chorus, too, which is good. And the attack in the song overall is really impressive. I did enjoy that quite a bit. The solo is probably where this song peaks, which for this style of music is probably what you want it to do anyway. It features the work of their live touring guitarist, Courtney Cox, not the actor. But she is in the Iron Maidens. So that's where this sort of comes into play. And her solo fits perfectly. I don't know why she's not a regular in the studio for these guys as well. It just felt like it fit. All in all, it's not one of those songs that's breaking new ground, but it's one of those ones that it's tried and true, old school metal, done well with a modern band, just, carrying the torch, which is, what so many of us just want it done well. And this is it. Has all the trademark aspects. The lyrics fit that style too. They've just done a really, really good job with it. It's, like I said, it's just a good metal song. Forget the gimmick. This is a good song. It's well written, well performed. If you like your old school metal at all, this is going to get your attention pretty bloody quickly. I've definitely got to give this album a spin. So, Dave, I'm looking forward to when you put it forward for a Sunday session because this is going to be...
We'll make it happen.
Yeah.
Actually, let's replace Kate Bush with this.
No, we got to do the thing, Dave. We got to commit to the bit. So that's going to be fun on Sunday.
I might not make it till Sunday, man. I'll have a nervous breakdown.
You're going to have to.
Oh, fuck.
Alrighty. But yeah, no, great track. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I'm looking forward to for more from these guys. So yeah, they've done well so far. Let's see how the rounds continue. Conrad, how'd you go?
Yeah, I like this. This is in your face, just old school metal. Done well, done very well, and it's lovely to see. We need more girl. In the last
I agree
20 years, we've seen a lot more female bands come along in the last 20 years. When I was a teenager, we had Doro and Lita, and that was it.
And maybe Vixen.
All you had. That's all you had. And so now it's great to see with it. I think Nightwish and Lacuna Coil and with
Evanescence,
those kind of bands, and then Evanescence, and great to see now we've got all female bands, all female members, and we're seeing more and more of this now, and it's fantastic.
Frozen Crown, another one doing a pretty good, like a mix.
There's a few of them out there now, and it's great. These guys, I think I might have seen them stumbling around on a field in a festival somewhere. I might have been off my face, fucking stumbling around drunk, when they've been playing. Nice. However, I think they are coming over. They'll be touring here, I don't doubt. So I will catch them. I'll definitely catch them, and I'll definitely go see them by all means. So this gets a thumbs up from me. I'm just saying thumbs up, as I used to give you. Used to give you a score out of 10. I'll give this a 7 out of 10.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's pretty good for you.
Yeah. We're actually doing pretty well this week so far. We're
agreeing. We're agreeing on things.
Alrighty, Jeff. Let's throw to you. How'd you go, man?
Okay. I like this. In more than one way, I thought for me the visuals were well worth the price of admission. So and the music was pretty good too. So now as Conrad just said, I wrote exactly the same thing. I think we do need more all-female bands.
Yep.
I felt though, and I'm going to be a little bit critical here, and that's because I'm wearing my critical hat. I felt the song to me felt a little repetitive, but they could play well. and that's really all that matters. They had strong melodies, the rhythms, and it added to the overall value of the song for me. And I do think, however, the overall sex appeal of this band will propel them further than, say, if they were all dudes. Let's be honest. Most teenage metalheads are male by a significant margin. And I think that this is why they're aiming this sex magnet right at teenage boys. And for me, that sort of, while I liked it, I think that limits their appeal to as musicians. And I don't mean that to sound sexist, but that's like they're really, you know, the director, whoever, when they put that video together, you know, they're wearing scanty leg, you know, clothing, that sort of thing. They're definitely appealing for that sort of audience.
I see what you're saying here in the fact that it's not necessary, it's not needed.
That's right.
You can do both.
You can do both. And exactly right. And that's my point. You don't need to do that. But that's what they've done. And to me, that feels a bit like a cop-out. I wrote down like a boy band. It's contrived, maybe a little even immature. And so, but I think firmly they're hitting their target audience with a definite fucking bullseye. Boing, you know. And so, sorry for the sound effect, but they're definitely doing that. So
I think what you're saying is they get a lot more respect if they just went out there without all of the gangster.
Yeah, I absolutely.
Absolutely, I agree.
Yeah.
I'm think you can have both. You can do both.
And say that I would like to see the conversation as a general rule move beyond image being even a factor for respect or not. People should be able to do what they want, how they want, and it shouldn't really be a conversation. If not today, then hopefully in the near future. That's my point of view on that.
Like I said, man, I first heard this on Spotify. It had nothing to do with the music video.
No, and that's nothing. I'm
not having a dig at you, Dave. I mean, I think that song was great. I liked it. I liked it a lot, but I really felt that there was a marketing ploy here, and that's nothing wrong with that.
Use what you got.
I know
you can have both.
Like, but KK Priest comes out or Judas Priest or whatever, and they're not marketing their image. It's just the way they look. They're not selling more albums because, hey, you know, he had really cool leather pants on. That doesn't sell albums, but these guys are going to sell albums because of the way they look. And that's what I'm saying.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're getting into the weeds a bit, but yeah.
Yeah, and that's kind of, I know we are, but that's kind of, you know, where I was aiming this. I like the song. But look, for me, it's always going to be music over image. 100%. I'm a Rush fan, for fuck's sakes. It has to be. Right?
Yeah.
Good point.
You know, so that's it. And that's all I'm saying. I did like the song. It's not a criticism. It's just I can see what they're doing with this, and it's a tool to sell albums.
Well, yeah. And I've gone on the record in the past. There was that Loren Lahimo thing, and they had a video a little while back, and it was a great song. They're just the two women singing, going back and forth. But in the very, very end of the song video clip, the two girls kissed very quickly, and I'm like, why'd you put that in there? You didn't need that shot. It was redundant. So I'd like to see it move away. But at the same time, if they chose to do it and it's their choice to do it and they feel empowered and engaged in doing it, well, then more power to them if they want to pursue it that way as well. So there shouldn't be anything against it if they want to pursue it. If it's a marketing ploy, yes, but if the band themselves want to do it that way, then all power to them.
Yeah, if you look at someone like, if it's not been a record company decision and said to them, we want you to dress this way, then fine. Yeah, fine.
Well, you look at someone like Joan Jett, who came from the Runaways, and that was all about jailbait sex appeal. But Joan Jett managed to create her own career and still tours to this day, even though she's fucking 90.
But you'd argue on the flip side that Lita Ford leaned into the sex appeal side of things too. And I'm not complaining that she did that. So there's ways for it to work each way. But I want to actually we've got a woman with us, so let's get a woman's perspective on this song. So please, Belle, give us your thoughts.
Okay. All right. Well, look, I'm not going to weigh into that side of things so much. I actually agree with Jeff, but I agree with Dave in that regard as well. Anyway, I'll just read out my notes because I think they're going to say enough.
This is going to be interesting.
The hypocrisy I'm witnessing here is blowing my mind. This is the most derivative crap I've heard in, I don't know, maybe ever. go back to the songwriting table and start again, ladies.
Wow.
I doubt this band
Wow.
would ever have been
you go.
signed if they were men. A female
I
band,
said that.
Napalm Records,
You're
will
probably
sign you
right.
up.
Yeah,
Just
probably
make sure you don't do anything too different to anyone else, and they'll sign you. And that's touching on what Jeff said, but it's look. But whatever your gender, for God's sake, just be original. This song is a Judas Priest cover. It's copycat metal. And to paraphrase some of your comments, Dave, from last week when you and Conrad were ripping the shit out of Jeff's song, if you want to sound original, listen to Battle Beast or listen to Priest. They sound original. And to directly quote you, and I went back and actually listened to this to get the quote.
This is gold.
Enough with the generic done it before crap. I don't care how well it's done. It's been done better by the originals who created it.
Oh,
Wow.
not.
Boom.
Nice.
That's a mic drop.
Yeah, Dave has just been blown out of the sky.
Dave.
Boom, boom, boom.
Sorry,
I
Dave.
You're
don't
an
see this
intelligent
band
man.
copying anybody else, though.
I just rattled off two. It's just it
Bell
sounds
landed her point, man.
exactly like really. It's I've heard it before. As soon as it came on, I was like, oh god, this is so boring.
Wow.
I want to hear Judas Priest. I want to listen to Battle Beast. I'd rather not listen to an imitator. That's my opinion. I just can't believe you've taken in by this. You've introduced me to some killer bands. So it just I don't know. But whatever.
This is the
everyone
old
has
I'm not
their-
angry, I'm disappointed, isn't it?
I am disappointed. You've been taken in by this shit. Look, just
It'll happen
I'll
to
give
you.
this a
It'll happen to you,
I'll give
Belle. It'll happen to you.
Oh.
You'll get taken in by
I
Oh,
think
something.
it
comes around,
did.
goes around.
You'll get
it
taken in by
happened to
something.
me. No,
You
it
get
happened to
taken
me
in by
already, and
something.
you guys slammed that female fronted kind of not really techie but sort of very modern shit. I can't remember what they were called, but it was a few weeks ago. That was
Oh yeah, I think another one.
no one else liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I give it a 4 out of 10, and I only give it that score because the lead guitarist is actually really good, and I think her talents are being wasted in this band, and they could be put to better use.
Well, she's playing in the Iron Maidens at the moment, so make of that what you will.
Exactly.
Wow.
Well, then
She plays
it's
in a
got that
cover band.
whole. Yeah, exactly. Well, she's still playing in a freaking cover band. It's not an Iron Maiden cover band. It's a Judas Priest cover band now. Start writing some original shit.
Oh, here we go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Belle's come in hot. That is great.
Wow.
That's what I think.
Love it.
Yep.
Some fire
It's
in
a
this
good
one, and
review,
she's got
Belle.
receipts.
That was cool.
Love it.
Fair enough.
Thank you for paraphrasing me correctly, though. Going for the effort of actually going back and taking a note.
Absolutely.
That is
That's,
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
if you're going to
that's
quote
great.
someone, you want to make sure you get it right.
Well done,
Thank
Belle.
you
I'm
for
gonna
your-
give you a round of
Well done,
applause for that one. That was
Wow.
Absolutely.
It's perfect.
That
I love
served
that
us all
shit.
up. Yep.
Bring the
And,
receipts. That is great.
We're still mates, though, right, Dave?
I don't know. But yeah, no, fair
Come on,
call.
you two have got the fucking Halloween decorations up. If you two don't get along, we're all fucked.
yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
Someone's
It's
gonna
probably
go
fair because I have
we're all
thrashed a
dead.
few of your songs too.
All right, let's see how the audience go with it. What do we got here? Adrian says, I have to give them credit. The singer is great. Love the guitar picking. So there we go. Tough says,
Cool.
Metal Babes, instant like, sub, and if they like to meet up for coffee, one can dream.
Yeah.
Darren
Yeah,
says,
just
these guys have
like-
seriously improved with every release, rock and track. They have gotten better over the years. I did have the
Cool.
same critique as Bell on a couple of albums back where it was very generic, and I was like, yeah, but I feel like this one's a little bit more energetic. But hey, fair point. Adrian says, the singer reminds me of Doro. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I got that too.
Cool. Michael says, Burning Witches, love this band. I've checked out before. Track tonight, love it. I tracked before this night. Oh, sorry, checked out before tonight. They're females, fellas. The rock, bring it on. Happy to see as many female members out there that rock like this. Pick of the night. So there we go. Michael loved this one.
Cool. We all want more female bands,
We do.
but we can have like a dime a dozen male bands that all do the same thing. Are women going to be facing this whole it's just sex appeal thing when they do have an all-female band. That do sound, there's only so many things you can do with 12 notes.
Yeah, but I think they already do cop that, and I think that's where the comparison or the issue lies. Is that women are generally going to
can we force them all to dress like fucking nuns and just focus on the music, like Rush to dress like fucking businessmen?
But we're not at a point.
Where's the balance?
Yeah, but we're not at a point in the conversation where the balance has been struck, so we've got to find it yet. We're not at that point yet.
I mean, it's just shit that women bands have to deal with this conversation to start with.
You're right. Absolutely.
There was a band here.
All right.
Yeah, there was a band here in the UK years ago who got banned from every venue they ever played at. They played at a venue once, maybe twice at the most, and they got banned. And it was a live sex show to a heavy metal soundtrack going on. It was they were called Rock Bitch, and it was basically live fucking lesbo show on stage with strap-ons and shit, and it was gross.
Wow.
And you were there every night, dude?
It was gross. It was fucking gross. It was repulsive.
It was gross.
It was gross. It was repulsive. It was hideous. It was absolutely hideous. It was fucking disgusting. And music.
You seem to know all about it, dude.
I was there. I went twice.
You went twice.
It was hideous. I had to go back again and just see how hideous it was.
It's like, this is like Conrad saying, I came twice. But anyway.
I went twice. Just
oh my God, is she really doing that?
Did I really see that? Is that what really happened? Anyway, it was a horrible show. And, they got famous for all the wrong reasons. They got famous for that. That was their stick. That was their gimmick.
Yeah.
And they had to, but in the end, they couldn't play anywhere. But the thing was, did they have any musical talent to them? The bass player was an amazing bass player. She was a phenomenal bass player, like fucking really, really good. But, drummer not bad. Maybe they could have been bad, but did they need to do that? Did they need to do that show? No, they didn't need to do that.
But at the same time, I think a lot of this is going to boil down to what the balance. I don't want to go too long.
It was shock rock. It was shock rock.
But I think that the balance in the conversation needs to be that as long as the individual is doing it happy, then that should be the bottom line of it. And we're not at that point as a wider conversation in society for a lot of things yet. I think that when we get to that point, then none of this sort of stuff will continue to prop up. Yeah. But I just think that for now, we need to just let it be. If they're happy, they're happy. And if we can sort of lead the charge in that regard, I guess a bit more than nitpicking on certain things, then maybe we can start to shift the tone of the conversation away from that side of things. Just if they're happy and they're doing what they love, then it's subjective beyond that. Do you know what I mean? I think just the rest of it sort of parked at the door. Hopefully one day, if not today.
Yep.
Hopefully we get to the point where it becomes the norm rather than a novelty having like all female.
Yeah.
Like I'm all for all female bands or female members mixed in with, other bands. But
I've made
I'd like to I'd like to see people with disability, like, people in wheelchairs.
Yeah, everything.
Everything. I'm not saying
I'd like it
not in a kinky fetish way.
No.
I don't want to see amputees.
No, this isn't
disabilities. People in wheelchairs on stage. But what I'm saying is, why wasn't that 20, 30 years ago? Why didn't we see bands with that? And why was that not marketable?
Because now
not marketable.
I think in today's age, with social media being the way it is, we have access to these things that opens the doors. And what I would like I'd go even a step beyond. I'd like it to be so just accepted that it's not even commented on.
That's right.
I've stopped using the term female fronted on purpose. I don't use female fronted anymore.
All right.
On purpose to try and avoid
all female band. Just a band.
Yeah, just a band.
Yeah,
and I would like.
And my comments were on the music.
Yeah, and that's great.
Exactly. And like I probably would have slammed it if it was, and
they were guys.
Thing, if they were guys as well. Like
I agree.
Like I said, it doesn't matter what gender you are. Just be original or try to be a little bit different.
Yeah, I liked the energy of it. I really did. I thought the energy of it was good.
It wasn't badly done.
But it had an energy, and I'm visually. I mean, I'm obviously looking at it, going, "Wow, okay." But,
and that's okay too. It's not a judgment call on that either. It's like
no, exactly. And so, but then I realized I was watching it like the second time. I'm like, this is it. This is all they're offering. This is really all they're offering. It's just how they look. And it's a marketing ploy, really.
Yeah.
And whether it's going to get people watching their videos, buying their albums, and showing at the concerts. I would bet that if you polled the audience of the concert that wherever they play, that fucking 95% of them are all guys. I would bet.
Oh, probably. But actually, you might be surprised on that one. You might be surprised.
I'll say that a lot of metal concerts, a lot of metal gigs are like that.
I thought did pop into my head.
This is true.
They're mostly guys, in my experience. Less so these days, but
I don't want to spend forever today on this one. It's an interesting conversation. It'll keep going around and around for a while to come. Let's see what the audience have to say. What do we got here? Tough says, I'll be listening to them all night. The other wicked songs to see what they've done. Cool. The Witch of the North is cool. That was from Tough. Nicole says, I want to see girl bands in jeans and t-shirts. I really just like all the sleeves associated with it on Too Old for Half-Dressed Girls. So there we go. Adrian's gone, Jeff, while you're ahead. Michael says, 100% do not agree with Jeff or Conrad. Bands want to present a certain way. That's for them. I listen to these tracks. No video on purposes first. Do not watch videos until later. Heaps of guy metal, the same thing, which is fair enough too.
That's a good way to do it. Yep.
We got Darren says, don't agree. Surely you can dress how you like. Doesn't mean it's a marketing ploy. We should move away from this view. This is where we're all sort of getting into it now. Bell, give it to him from Michael, and Adrian's gone, wow, Bell. Andrew's gone, mic drop, Bell. So there we go. And Nicole's going, go, Bell. So it's a lot of girl power tonight. Even Tuff's going, elbow cough, mic drop, Bell. There we go. Michael says, going to play Burning Witches louder tomorrow, Bell. Can't promise won't play some free. So there we go. But Nicole says, this band isn't as bad as Baby Metal or whoever they are. So there we go.
Yeah, Baby Metal suck.
I agree with
some
that.
more laughter. Sally's going, lol, Bell. Conrad went twice, which we covered that off. Nicole says, I just don't feel the need to have half of my boobs exposed because I love heavy metal, just my view. And this is where it's going to come down to it. We need to get past all this. Michael says, Leader Ford, yep, as a kid thought she was very hot, but she could play, which was the awesome thing. Plus her attitude like starting the Rip Jeans thing when she bought linesman jeans while he worked. Yep. Jeff Healy, Conrad, amazing musician. So there we go from Nicole.
yeah.
What we got here? Tuff says, ladies can wear what they want. If I'm horny, kinky off art, that's my problem. Metal is for everyone. And that's true. Individual ownership is a big thing in the world, honestly.
Yeah.
And Darren says, really, most guys, isn't that the norm? Oh, yes, mostly guys at metal gigs, that is the norm. All righty, let's have some fun. Let's get into Who Am I? So at this point, we've all done the rounds. We'll had a crack at it. Dave is the last one to go. We'll see what happens with this, and we'll see what happens with the game next week. But it's now Dave's turn for Who Am I? We all get one guess and one guess only. I will go through the comments looking at the timestamps to see who gets it first, if it's us or if it's the audience playing along while you're watching. So get in the comments if you've got a guess, but we only allow ourselves one guess each. Once we have our one guess, that is it. We are out. Without any further ado, Dave, the floor is yours.
Alrighty. Okay, I'll tell you straight up. It is not Joseph Michael Poole, if you know who he is. Okay.
Nope.
Who am I? I was born in Hamburg, West Germany in 1968. I sung in my first band at the age of 17. We recorded a demo, which was never released. The name of the band was Ill Prophecy. In 1986, at the age of 18, I was asked to join a band that many people would consider to be pioneers in this particular genre of metal.
Got it.
I think so, yeah.
I'm going to say Michael Kiske of Halloween.
Yeah.
I thought so. I thought so early. Well done, Jeff.
Yeah,
good job, man.
Jeff was braver than I was. I thought it a minute ago, but yeah, Jeff was braver than I was. So
I thought it was either going to be Michael Kiske or the guitar player of Halloween.
Kai Hansen.
Yeah, Kai Hansen. So one of the two.
When you said a genre defining,
that's what
it was. Bang.
Yeah.
There we go.
Wow.
So then,
how did the audience go?
Fastest one. So it's funny how the two longest tenured ones on the show have the quickest fucking games played.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. Up your game.
Up our game. Yeah, we're shit, Dave.
Did the audience beat us? Did the audience beat us on this one?
No one else got it at all. Tuff says you guys would have a metal version of Guess Who. I'd be easier than this. Guess Who? Metal version of Guess Who? That'd be fun, actually.
Oh,
So there
wow.
we go.
Does he have long hair?
Yeah, well,
No,
does he have
goodbye, Scott
tattoos?
Ian.
Does he have tattoos? Oh wow. Does he have piercings? Anyway, let's see. All right, well that's quick. Quick game's a good game. We moved on nicely.
Sorry,
Dave.
Dave.
What were the rest of you... No, that's all right. What were the rest of your clues, Dave? Just to
Oh,
roll them off.
Yeah.
I am known for my tenor type vocals and have a 4-octave range. I would record 4 albums with this band before creative differences led me to be fired. And after the Chameleon album, is fucking rightly so, that was a shit album. After leaving this band, I would release 4 solo albums, as well as collaborate with many other artists, including Avantasia. After forming a new band in 2009, I would be joined a couple of years later by a founding member of my previous band. In 2016, both myself and my old bandmate would be turned to our old band, forming a 7-piece lineup of this legendary power metal band. If nobody got it by then, I would be very disappointed. The name of the band I formed before returning to my old band is called Unisonic. After returning to this band, we released a self-titled album in 2021.
Yep.
I figured leading into Halloween, it was a good time to do a Halloween.
That was
type.
good play, man.
I never thought
Well
of
done.
that. That's good. Yeah.
Vinny's gone lasted longer than the Neighbours reboot. There we go.
Baby Buddha neighbors.
Oh, good one, Vinny. That is amazing. Oh, we got another comment here. Adrian saying, "Cool lifestyle." So more decoration chat there, which is awesome. It's cool to see this sort of stuff kicking on. Actually, I found it early on that video backdrops are supported now, so I might have to get myself like a green sheet and like do a video backdrop behind me just to see.
I bought one. I bought a green sheet a while back. I'll send it to you.
Okay, see how long it takes to get here. What do we got here?
I never use it.
Okay, cool.
I've never sent another man a sheet, dude, but whatever turns you off.
Yeah.
Well, he said he's never used it, so you know. Anyway,
That's what they all say.
Yeah.
Tough says can't think.
I didn't know what those stains are.
Oh well, hopefully. Well, I'm not going to lie in it. Anyway, sitting on the back wall. Anyway, time now to go into our builder collection. Time for the next game here, and this is where we go into. We've been going from 76 through to 85. Last week we did 1980. Today we're going to do 1981. Another cracking year last week. Another cracking year this week. There's heaps to go through. But let's recap last week. Now, the rules for this are, once an album is taken, you hit, obviously, and in our 10 albums chosen,
I'm out of beer, sorry. I need to get more beer.
Okay, you go get a beer, Belle. I'll keep I'll keep doing the preamble here. So we've gone through it, and basically you can't repeat the same band in your list of 10 twice. So there's a few here that makes it trickier because we've already sort of self-ruled out albums we would have liked to have chosen because we've already taken the band. So we've already run into problems with that one individually, which has been fun to watch play out. Once an album is gone, it can't be taken again for obvious reasons. It's just to make every list unique. And so far, it's been an interesting battle where people have really shifted positions from week to week, which has been a good little way for it to play out. And this week, again, is no different, actually. There's been a big shuffle in positions. So just to recap, last week was 1980. Jeff chose Black Sabbath, Heaven and Hell. I chose Ozzy Osbourne, Blizzard of Oz. Bell had AC/DC Back in Black. Dave had Iron Maiden, self-titled, and Conrad had Judas Priest, British Steel. So there was a lot of vote. There was actually quite a lot of commentary on this one. So I appreciate everyone getting their votes in. We'll do another vote in the coming days over the next list we're going to have coming up. Belle already knows the results because she's one that collates it and sends it through to me. So I don't think I'm spoiling anything for Belle by rattling off where we got to. So last week, Belle came out on top, which I think we all expected, Back in Black. Yeah. I mean, we thought that much would be the case. She got there because this is what I said before. Those of us that had a chance before her had already taken AC/DC off of our board. So it just fell to her and she was able to take it.
Yeah.
So Belle got first place, Back in Black, 50 points for her with that one from AC/DC. Then Jeff, you came in second place with Heaven and Hell, Black Sabbath. Well done. So 40 points went onto your total.
Nice.
I'm surprised that I come in third. I didn't think I was going that well, especially early on, because it was all very one-sided, and I thought, okay, cool. So I came in third place.
Good album, though.
Blizzard of Oz got me 30 points, which meant that it was down between Dave and Conrad for their choices. So again, Dave had Iron Maiden self-titled, and Conrad had Judas Priest, British Steel. And with 20 points coming in fourth, we have Dave. Self-titled Iron
Yeah,
Maiden.
Maiden over Priest, dude.
I was waiting for that. So Maiden got that over Priest, which means Connery got 10 points in your total by choosing British Steel. So that said, it was a fair. The audience only get to choose one album, so it was a fair lopsided. Once Back in Black got involved, it was always going to be dividing the rest of the votes out to see which way it played out. So last week, Jeff was fifth, Bell was fourth, Dave was third, Conrad was second, and I was first. This week, Conrad has now shifted to bottom place with 120 points. Dave is down to fourth place with 135, tied with Jeff. So it's actually a tie between third and fourth. They're both on 135 points. Bell has leapt into second spot now on 150 points, and I'm still out in front on 200 points. So I've managed to be consistent enough to sort of keep a lead going. So far, there's still a few years to go. So let's see how we kick on now, because it's over to 1981. You cannot choose a band you've already taken from your list. So, Belle, I'm going to lean on you with your memory because you picked up last week, which was fucking fantastic.
Conrad
Naughty
cheated.
Conrad. Naughty boy.
It wasn't cheating. It was a slip of the mind. But on that note, Conrad, you get to go first. So what album from 1981 are you choosing?
Wow, this is tough. It's not as good a year as 1980, but it's still there's some bloody good albums this year. You've got Diary of a Madman, you got Mob Rules, Too Fast for Love, High and Dry. I mean, there's some great stuff here. Very tough. I'm probably going to go with Mob Rules.
That's a good one.
No.
Yeah.
Mob Rules by Black Sabbath. I think, yeah, I'll go with that.
Oh, yeah.
Good pick.
Yeah, that was on my short list for definitely. That was
It's either that or Too Fast for Love. I'm not a huge Motley fan, but that's a great record.
Yeah.
Yep.
Arguably the best.
I
really.
think so.
I agree with that, actually.
Yeah. But yeah, Mob Rules.
Nice. Cool. Well, Jeff, you get second pick. So what are you taking off the board?
1981 is actually one of my favorite years for music. I love 1980, but 1981, just for me, if someone had to ask what was my favorite year in all of music, I would have said 81.
Wow.
Nice.
Okay.
So obviously I'm torn because there's a lot of fucking really good options here.
Yep.
And I wrote them down the lot, and then I put a number beside which one I'm going to take. So, and now I'm caught between number 1 and number 2.
Second guessing is hard, man.
I know. Jesus. All right, I'm just going to go with what I wrote. Number 1, I'm going to go with Def Leppard, High and Dry. I think it's their best album.
Yeah. Again, another one that was on my short list of ones I would have taken. So there we go. So that's pretty much taken. It leaves me with a choice. It does leave me with a choice because I get to go next because we rotated through. Whoever goes last week goes first this week, and everyone sort of bumps down one. So I get to go third this week. And I'm going to take this one. 1, I love the album. 2, I love the band. 3, it's probably the best year for this band. If I'm going to take myself out of contention with it, other artists I would like to take. I think they have better offerings coming up.
Rush.
So I'd like to leave a window open for them. So I'm going to go with Motorhead. No Sleep Till Hammersmith.
Good call.
Fuck yeah. Great live album.
That is, I know it's an album I've loved to bits for a long, long time. So I am going to take Motorhead, No Sleep to Hammersmith off the board, which means Belle, over to you.
Oh shit! Sorry, I just nearly did a Conrad because I've got an album that I want to pick, but I just realized I've already got this band. I'm just looking at my list.
So it can happen to you too.
That was, I know. Look,
I'm gonna say it was Van Halen.
I did it.
Caught yourself.
Was it Van Halen, Belle?
It was not. It was Foreigner. Foreigner.
Oh yeah, you did take Foreigner. Yep.
Yeah. I took their
Foreigner 4 came out. So, yeah.
Yes. And I only added that to my list today of options. So Oh, I don't want any of the others. All right, fine. I wanted Mob Rules, damn it. Damn you, Conrad.
It was never going to fall that far, Belle. It was never going to
No,
fall.
I know. Fourth pick. Come on, like it was still going to be sitting there. That's why I thought I was safe with Foreigner, but no, I'm an idiot. All right. So, look, I will choose White Snake. Come and get it. I've chosen White.
Come and get
I
it.
wouldn't have chosen White Snake because
you haven't taken White Snake yet.
Chosen White Snake already?
No.
No? All right.
Belle had Thin
I've
Lizzy,
chosen
Foreigner, Van Halen,
Kiss,
and AC/DC.
AC/DC,
Okay.
yep.
Fair
So
enough.
White
Fair
Snake, come and get it for me, please.
Okay.
Nice.
It's not their
Alright.
best, but
No, it's not their best, but it's a good album.
yeah, it's a good album. And I'd rather that than Motley Crue.
Well,
I know Ozzy's going to be a winner, but I can't.
somebody's got to take that fucking.
I don't want him in my collection. It's just goes against.
Oh, really?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ozzy's
Wow.
my favorite. I only. Yeah.
Ozzy's lots of people's favorites.
I'm a
I
Rhodes
can't do
fucking.
Ozzy.
I'm a Rhodes.
Well, that's why I took Blizzard of Oz last week. It's like Rhodes and Ozzy couldn't go much.
No,
better
you can't.
chance
You
than
can't go wrong.
I get it.
Right.
Yeah.
I get it, but I just
The only way you could go wrong is
my
when you
collection.
put them up against Dio, and then
Oh yeah, like that's where it went wrong for me. But anyway, Dave has a pick to make. So Dave,
all right, Dave,
what do you taking?
Yeah,
choose wisely.
there's still a few good ones there.
There
I could
is.
just fuck everybody over and go with the Elder, but that's not going to happen because my God.
You don't even like that album, man.
Okay, so there's two good ones there, but if I pick one of them, I'd be letting myself down with one of the ones later. And you know, as cool as Randy Rhoads is, I do like Jakey Lee, so I could save Ozzy. And within the context of ending in 1986, I couldn't really pick another Motley Crue album, so I'm going to go Too Fast for Love because I do think that's their best Motley Crue album.
Yeah.
But, you know, these days, considering the state of Vince Neil, it's Too Fat for Love. Too fat, too fat for love. But Too Fast for Love from good old Motley Crue.
We're actually ending
That
in
is a damn good
85.
fucking album.
Yeah, I think it's 85, Dave.
I saw him recently, and I couldn't fault him. I could not fault him.
So it goes
But
from
was
76 to 85. That's the 10 years.
Yeah.
We're not doing 86.
No, not 86,
Still-
but 85.
Yeah,
Factor
no, that's
that
cool.
in.
Yeah, there's still Bark at the Moon. Still good. Yeah. And I agree with Conrad. This isn't too bad.
Definitely
Yeah.
still Bark at the Moon. But all right,
My pick
cool.
is Motley Crue.
We'll do a post. Don't get your votes in now. We're going to do a post in the coming days for another vote on this one, where you get to vote for one only. Please keep it to one only because it makes Bella's job a lot easier if you got one in the comments at a time. But again, just to recap, for 1981, Conrad chose Black Sabbath Mob Rules. Jeff chose Def Leppard High and Dry. I chose Motorhead No Slip to Hammersmith. Bella chose White Snake Come and Get It. And Dave picked Motley Crue Too Fast for Love. I think this will be another really interesting battle. So
I think Dave's in. He's got a good chance here.
Yeah, I think Dave's got a good shot.
I think, honestly, I think I do, and I think you do, Andrew, as well.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think
don't
people
think
are sleeping on. Yeah, people are.
White Snake is good, but I don't think it's just not going to hold up. Sorry, Bill. I hate to be a soothsayer, but
I know. Like I'm well aware. I'm choosing for me, and
that's all right, and that's perfectly fine.
That's all you do, right?
That's cool.
Yeah.
But it's a game,
cool.
It's a game.
You could have taken Iron
I
Maiden
like the
Killers, but anyway.
Iron Maiden Killers.
That's where my strategic hopefully will hopefully,
later on,
Dawkins, I've got
Breaking
my eye on a couple of albums later on.
Journey is
I know. This is where it's
Denim and Leather. That was on my short list.
Yeah, Rush Moving Pictures is on my short list.
Yep, same here. Yep.
So there's
Triumph Allied Forces, which
Yeah.
we reviewed. Yeah.
Rose Tattoo, Assault and Batteries in there as well.
Yep.
Even Judas Priest Point of Entry. There's a few Angels Night Attack.
There's some good ones here. Yeah.
I know that we've all pretty much ruled ourselves out, but AC/DC released for those about to rock that year as well. So fucking hell, there's
Loverboy, Get Lucky. It was a great album.
There's heaps. There was even the heavy metal soundtrack, the movie for the heavy metal movie.
Yeah.
That soundtrack.
I got the 4K Ultra of that. That's awesome.
Wow. Yeah, I was tempted by that one too because it's a great fucking soundtrack. But
I was happy with Back in Black last week, but I when I was looking today, I saw an album that I probably I might have considered picking, and it's not at all in the the genre of what we talk about, but the Blues Brothers soundtrack came out in 1980.
Oh, wow.
And that's just brilliant. I love that.
That's an all-timer.
Yeah.
That is an all-timer.
So I would have been really tempted to choose that.
Do you have a favorite song, Andrew, off that heavy metal soundtrack, since you brought it up? I do, and I love Mob Rules, but my favorite song of that would be Blue Oyster Cult, Veteran of the Psychic Wars.
Yeah, I'm trying to quickly go back over it just to make sure I've got the full. Where is it? There it is. Cool. Don't need to do that. So, where are we going?
Sammy Hagar.
Yeah, that's a cool one too. Like, there's a lot of cool ones in there. Blue Oyster Cult, Sammy Hagar, Cheap Trick. I think I'd overlooked a bit. Cheap Trick are a bit of fun.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. That is a great fucking album, actually.
Yeah, you got Journey in there. Like, even Stevie Nicks. Like, seriously, anything she does is fucking great. But I'd probably lean into Mob Rules, even though it's but that or Blue Oyster Cult probably would be the two. Although that said, the Sammy Hagar track's good too. So I don't know. Fuck, there's a good one. I mean, it got to number 12 in the US for a fucking soundtrack. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
It got platinum in the US too. So
I had to buy it twice because I lent a copy out and the cunt stole it. Never gave it back now. Bastards.
All right, let's see what the audience have to say about this one now. What do we got here? So Nicole says, "What a wonderful album that was! So good having them all back together." That would be for Halloween, which was that was in our top 10s that year.
That's a good fucking album.
That was great. Adrian's gone Bell Rocks. Here we go. More love for that. Trevor saying, "Why did Buddha start pulling coins out of his butt? Because change comes from within." There we go.
Oh my
god.
Tough. Holy shit.
Rowan says, "Hey Dave, I've got an itchy back, but I can't reach it. Can you give me a hand?" All the puns coming in now.
Give me your address and I'll send one.
Darren says,
"Where'd you get that, Dave? From the second-hand shop?"
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. I need to cue up my sound effects, don't I?
Second-hand shop. That's great.
Blizzard of Oz, listen to weekly. Adrian says, "Diary of a Madman, my favorite Randy album." So there we go.
That's fine.
Tough says, "Maiden over Priest." What the fuck? You deserve it.
That's just logic, man. That's the way it's supposed to be.
So the salad dressing, okay. Oh, dad joke for that. Why did the salad blush? Because it's all the salad dressing. Okay, that's.
Why does Dr. Pepper come in the bottle? Because his wife died.
Oh my god.
Holy Jesus.
Guy says, Dire Straits, 81. Yeah, another one there too. Budgie, Night Flight. Yes, Jeff, that is true as well. Budgie is another great band. Tough says, "Dave, cutting your left hand, isn't that right?" No, here we go. Fucking madman. Michael says, "Come and get it. Love the cover art work. Still think it's awesome to this day." So you are getting some love for that one already there. Tough says, "Sorry that you're right. I don't know what's left." Here we go. Darren says, "There are much better Maiden albums coming up." Yes, that is true. I think that's why we all sort of hold off.
I think so.
First one's a classic, though.
Guy said AC/DC for those, which is true. Darren says, "What do we got? Cheers." Oh, sorry. Coming up. Cheers, guys. Have a great weekend. And Belle, the Blues Brothers movie is brilliant. So there we go.
Yeah.
Likewise, when you can. Hopefully you enjoy the rest of the show when you get a chance for it as well. Michael says, "Dave, is that hand from a Kate Bush fan?"
No, it's from Kate Bush herself. That'll shut the fuck up.
Let's see what else here. Vinny says, "It's going to be a tough week to vote. I'd rather identify as transparent. My pronouns be who and where." And he says, "They'll never release a pregnant Barbie as Ken always comes in another box." There we go. God, here we go. Tom says, "It's the hand from that band Hanson." Lol. Oh my god. We are into fucking really bad jokes right now. We've hit bad jokes.
These jokes are going to come in handy.
Bad joke. Rock bottom.
Shit. All right. We have one piece of business to go. Let's get through it before we fucking get ourselves kicked off of the internet.
We're a handful.
Oh, I know, Dave. Okay, in the comments, in the description box, we have reference tracks for both.
Hey, this is pretty handsome.
That's handy. God. That's handy. Yeah.
Dave, what have you started? I blame Dave. Anyway, there are reference tracks in the comments and the description box for both Crashdïet and Dimmu Borgir. So you have Crashdïet right in everyone, and you have Dimmu Borgir, Progenies of the Great Apocalypse. So there's a reference track. We have one thing here because we are at the penultimate round now for our Nordic King of the Riff battle series. This is round 8. Next week is round 9, which is the finale. So the winner of this will go on to face Nightwish once to determine which album comes out on top of the whole thing in one fell swoop next week. So this is going to be finding out who goes up against that. And let's kick it off with who's going to go first. I'm going to kick it off. So I've got the randomizer here. I'm going to go for myself here. Alrighty. So year-wise with these two, because you've got Crashdïet was 2005, Dimmu Borgir was 2003. So only a couple of years apart. This is the 3rd seed versus the 7th seed, just for those wanting to count along at home. But years-wise, these aren't very far apart, which is a cool little thing here. But that's as close as it gets between these two albums. They are two very, very different albums. Sometimes I found over the journey that stylistic clash can make it easier to pick a winner, and sometimes it can make it harder to pick a winner because it can really go one or two ways. It's a really double-edged sword kind of a moment. Crashdïet are really sleazy on this one. They definitely live up to their title on this one. It's loaded with riffs, got melody and hooks for days. Easy to see why it's so popular. Even in the preamble post put up yesterday going, which album would you pick? It got a lot of love straight away. It's loads of fun. It's got great groove. The whole album is just infectious from beginning to end. It's got great solos. The blues influence really sort of shines in that part there, which is cool, but it's old school. But while it's old school, it's still really current, really fresh, even these many years on from the original release. Some of these songs, like Ride and Everyone, are all-timers of the genre, as far as I'm concerned. You know, it's hard to get that sort of old Sunset feel and keep it fresh. And even though this is like an early 2000s album, it still sounds great today. Overall, I think the mixing could be better, but just that vibe, the feel of it, getting that energy right, that was cool. It's not tired. It's easy to repeat spin, and it's hard to deny the hooks and, again, how infectious the album is. It's got great energy. It's just a real party album, which, again, is why it's so much bloody fun. Short, sharp, has all the hallmarks of the genre, right down to the cowbell, which I thought was a cool little touch in there too. But also on the flip side here, It's a Miracle is a song that really could have and should have had serious cut through. It's amazing what people don't know that song. It has everything you want, and it is an incredibly well done piece of music. It's a fine album that, honestly, in this process, I found myself enjoying more the more time I spent with it. Now, that's a normal thing, but it's just one of those ones where once you get caught up in the ride, I mean, I didn't pick it last time around, so it beat out my choice. I was the kiss of death until last week, so everything I liked went out. So, you know, this time around, though, I enjoyed it a hell of a lot. It's a lot of fun. You know, what's not to like about that album, which is a game where it becomes a challenge to pick a winner. Then you go over to Dimmu Borgir or Borgir, however you pronounce that one, and that's, you know, where
Demon Burger.
Demon Burger. Where Crashdïet are light and fun, this is the exact opposite. It's dark, it's brooding, it's heavy, it's brutal, but it's a beautiful piece of evil art, if that makes any sense. That's not to say there's no light and genuine beauty in it. There is, especially like the clean singing moments, but the overall vibe is dark and oppressive in the best way possible, which is a real stark contrast to the party album. Now you got something dark and evil. The way the blasting attack of this is balanced against the orchestration and the composition is really quite something else. Where Crashdïet has the fun and the hooks, this one has the technical brilliance and the composition and probably the production. So, you know, you're going to really find out which way you lean listening to these two albums. There's also more that meets the eye in this album as well. There's some great and subtle tricks used. The little call at the beginning of Lepers Among Us is almost like a Fear Factory touch. That was cool. And that little siren kind of sound there. But when they want to kick into the groove side of things on that album, they do it so well. The different vocal approaches all over the album work well. It's hard to go past just from pure execution. So you're going for the feel, the vibe, the marbo, you know, versus the actual execution in a lot of respects when it comes down to how you balance these two out. Out of the two, Demon Burger is the older album, but I think the production is blitzes. You know, there's the production value alone. Blitz is what's on Crashdïet just in that facet. the depth on the album, the overall craft on display, regardless of taste, it's hard. It's difficult to ignore, and that's been covered off in previous rounds as well, where it is actually hard to ignore just how technically well executed it is. The intricacy and the layering is just off the charts. It's brutal but engaging. I said before at the top of this thing that, you know, it's hard. Sometimes the stylistic differences can make it easy. Sometimes it makes it hard. In this case, it made it harder for me to choose a winner because they're both great albums for what they are. For what they do, they're brilliant. So it really does, you know, depending on your mood, you could flip a coin and land and be happy either way kind of thing. So if you're in a good mood, you'll go with Crashdïet. If you're in a bad mood, you go with Dimmu Borgir. You know, one of these is a lot of fun. The other is just executed so well. I think stylistically, Crashdïet is more traditionally in my wheelhouse, but in this case, I'm going to lean into execution. The production alone for me is, you know, if you're going to find points to separate the albums out, the detail in it, the composition, the orchestration, all those things I mentioned before, it being so interesting and engaging all the way through, especially for an album that's nearly twice the length of Crashdïet, I thought it was just, I have to give it credit. That's just really well done. So for me, I am going to go with Dimmu Borgir, Death Cult Armageddon. It's an upset because it's the 7th seed, but I'm picking the underdog in this one. So let's see what happens next with this. So Conrad, over to you, my friend.
Pretty much agree with everything you just said. Yeah, it's a tough one. It's stylistically, Dimmu Borgir is not really my bag, but the musicianship is phenomenal, and the songwriting, the way it's composed and put together, the songs put together are very. But I think it comes down to what mood you're in on that day.
Yeah.
You can put this on, and then you can put Crashdïet on afterwards and feel uplifted. So
absolutely.
It's tough. I'm going to go with Crashdïet on this, just for obviously my feelings on Dimmu Borgir for spiritual reasons, but musically tough. Yeah, very hard. I think Crashdïet just for the vibe being a bit more uplifting and a bit more positive vibe to it. So that's why it gets it for me.
Cool. All right. So we're 1-1. It's a tie break now. So let's see who goes next. This will be interesting. Belle, which way do you lean on this one?
All right. Okay. I enjoyed listening to Crashdïet this time around more than the last battle when it went
same
up
for me.
in Diamond.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm still baffled that it got over King Diamond, but I'm completely over that.
Sorry.
I told you I was a kiss of
death. Yeah, it was your fault.
Everything I liked got thrown out.
Put it down to you being
blame
you are
me.
the sole reason. Yeah.
Yep.
That's cool. I've got to find a reason, so that's as good as any, right? Look, it's definitely grown on me. Oh shit. The Dave ripping continues. I've written, or it could be that because it was on the playlist directly after Dave's song all week, it was more relief that I was experiencing rather than enjoyment.
Oh, holy shit. Give the poor guy a break.
Oh, this is great. Oh,
keep it coming.
Belle has come with an axe to grind tonight, and I am all for it.
Done.
This is brilliant.
Raising the bar. Next week's going to be fun.
Wow.
All right. Look, that's a bit unfair to Crashdïet. I think it's genuinely grown on me. To vouch for this, I was doing some bulk cooking on Wednesday morning and I had the playlist on, and this definitely had me moving and bopping around the kitchen. It was really quite fun. The first half at least had me energized. I did lose that initial energy and enthusiasm in the second half. By the time It's a Miracle came on, I grabbed my phone to see just how many songs were left on the album because I was getting a little bored at that point and impatient for it to end. I remember saying in my review of this album a few weeks ago that the quality of the musicianship just wasn't up there on the same level as King Diamond. I maintain that opinion, and I think that if the songs had been more better, that's not grammatically correct, but if they had been more interesting, then the album would have kept my interest, funnily enough. But they weren't, and it didn't. However, I do stand by my earlier statement that the album has grown on me nonetheless.
Yep.
But when Crashdïet ended and Dimmu came on, I was instantly in a happier place. I was re-energized. When that black metal intro started, I just thought, okay, now this is the shit. Mama's home. I just love this style of music a lot more than I like glam. I like it. I enjoy most rock, love it even, but I adore metal, particularly really heavy stuff. Add in a symphony orchestra, and I'm pretty much in music heaven. These guys are one of the OG masters of doing this, but you can't just throw these two together at any old way and expect it to come out well. You need to be able to write good songs and know how to use the orchestra in the best way possible to complement your songs. Or if you don't have an in-band orchestral composer, then you need to know how to work with one who knows how to work with your band songs to get the best possible result, as was the case here. There are a couple of songs on this album that don't even have an orchestra behind them, and they are just as good. Actually, I think a couple of those are my favorites on the album. I don't think there's a bad song on it. I really don't. And I don't get bored for a second. Not anywhere, not at the end. So it's no contest for me. Dimmu gets my vote.
Nice. All righty. Next up, Dave. Over to you.
Okay. So this is a hard one.
Yeah.
Because they're two very, very different bands and two very, very different albums. It's really hard to compare both of these. Both are fun and suited to different moods. I think a few of us have mentioned mood for these albums because they are two very different moody albums.
Yeah.
I honestly can't say one is better than the other. Crashdïet were an awesome revival of everything that was awesome in the 80s, which I fucking love. Whereas Dimmu Borgir is highly original with complex arrangements and intricate musicianship. But I'm going to be a little bit more objective this time around and keep in line with the theme of this battle. Nordic bands. It got me thinking, if you didn't know any better, you'd swear, based on their sound, that Crashdïet was from America in the 1980s.
Yeah, good point.
So as much as I love that style, and I love that Sweden and Finland produced some awesome bands like that and had a whole rebirth, Dimmu Borgir is a lot more original and in line with what this battle is about. The theme is Nordic bands, so I'm going with Dimmu Borgir because that's the criteria that we established for this battle, and that makes a lot more sense. And I think it's a more original and complex album than Crashdïet, so they get my vote this time around. I think we put.
Dave, you're saying you like original sounding bands, like bands that sound original.
Yeah.
Holy
Keep
fuck,
it coming,
man.
Beth.
Let it go. Let it go.
Progress. I love it.
Wow.
She is fucking.
Oh, man.
You're going to keep the Burning Witches coming up, aren't you? Well, I'm going to make you listen to that fucking album.
Dave,
How are you?
Honestly,
How are you going to make
the fun part about all this is knowing that you two are going to go head to head again on Sunday. So we're going to have some fun.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well,
And you know
no, that
what?
might be really surprising actually Sunday, but we'll get to that on Sunday.
Yeah.
Unless Belle wants to join us for Kate Bush, but yeah. I think with these battles, if we put these themes in place, we should kind of rate the albums based on the themes that we put in place rather than just going with popularity, which would be like criteria. But yeah, I think Dimmu Borgir gets my vote this time around.
Well, there we go. Well, it has been decided. Next week it's going to be Nightwish versus Dimmu Borgir. But Jeff, we have to hear your thoughts. So which way did you go on this one?
All right. Let me just call this up here. What the fuck is it?
You had all this time.
Preparation.
There it is.
I'm glad to see that our years of professionalism have rubbed off in just the right way, Jeff.
Absolutely. It's yeah.
Hands for rubbing.
You learned well. You learned well.
All right. Oh yeah. I'm taking cues from the best. All right. Now, So obviously, when I first heard Crashdïet, I was very impressed with what I heard.
You loved it,
and I did. And as I said back then, that sort of sleaze rock was never really my thing, right? With a few exceptions. You know, there are some bands out there that I do like from that sort of thing. But while I think Crashdïet, I think they're a very good band at what they do. And the album, this album actually was my first foray into their music. I had never heard them, and that's why I was like, I remember saying, what the fuck, But so, and for me, it was the perfect place to start. And as far as I maybe heard of, but never really heard that sort of thing, So I've talked about. I've liked about everything that I heard from them, and I really kind of dug deep into their catalog, and listened to other stuff as well. But for some reason, I just keep coming back to that first album because I think, it was the first one I'd heard, and the old saying, "You always remember your first." Well, so true.
Especially with music, yeah.
Yeah, Rest In Sleaze is a really good album that just happened to go up against the juggernaut of a band, Dimmu Borgir, which I would consider a quiet masterpiece in the Death Cult Armageddon album.
Quiet?
A quiet, yeah. I don't think it's... I say quiet because it's a great album, but I don't think that a lot of people, unless you're into that, would consider it a masterpiece. So that, in that sense,
an oxymoron, man.
I know. So for me, Crashdïet didn't stand a fucking chance. This is going to be my shortest review ever.
Wow.
Death Cult Armageddon absolutely annihilates Rest In Sleaze in every possible metric. It's almost not even a competition for me. It was completely. For me, this was the most lopsided review that I can remember.
Cool.
And because of that, I feel like that putting up against a long argument sort of defeats the point of the review. I was like, I could sit and write fucking pages, but what would be the fucking point?
Yeah.
It's not worth arguing about. No matter how good my argument is, for me, Rest In Sleaze was never going to beat this album.
Yep.
It just couldn't. So for me, Death Cult Armageddon wins next. And since there is no next, I didn't expect to go last.
It's random.
It was completely random, but yeah,
it's honestly not the best Crashdïet album. Everything else they've done is better.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. There's some really good stuff there, but like I said before, I think last week I said when you review an album and it's up against another album, you can't just go, "Well, I like this. I'm going to pick this up because I like this band." You've got to objectify.
Validate your bias if you're going to go with the bias. Otherwise, be objectionable.
Yeah, that's right. So,
honestly, if I started thinking about the actual sticking along with the theme, I probably would have picked King Diamond above Crashdïet. As much as I love Crashdïet, we put these themes in place. We got to start using that as a criteria to rate these albums.
This is true. But next week is going to be a tough one.
Does that pitch?
Nah, next week's a fucking shoe-in, man.
Where does that place things? Where does that place things now in regards to what's gone through? And
well, next week is the finale of this series.
And it's let me guess.
Nightwish
once against Dimmu Borgir.
Yes. So Dimmu Borgir going up against Nightwish next week.
Right.
Can we just do it now and say Nightwish win?
No, we can't. We have to do it next week. And
it's about the viewers.
I don't think it's going to be as cut and dry as you think, Dave. For you, maybe, but
also,
I'm going to be definitely.
Remember that word about being objective, okay? Just remember that.
I am objective. I can back it up right now. Everything I get out of the Dimmu Borgir album, I can get from the Nightwish album and more.
I will believe that. We'll get to that next week, though. So we're gonna see how this one shakes out. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how we go with it. But I am curious because I think that's actually going to be a harder battle than people might expect when you really break it down.
You know what? It's a fucking epic Nordic battle too, and I'm glad it ended up there.
It's
actually a pretty
epic
way to
Nordic, symphonic metal battle. Really, is what it is.
Fitting. Out of all the bands, this is pretty fitting way to wrap it up, I reckon. So. Next week is the finale. The next series after this one is going to be about debut albums, excluding Appetite for Destruction. We made a stipulation where we didn't want to do that one again. Dave and I have done it to death. We don't really want to do it again right now. So
I could talk about it for fucking hours, and people are sick of me saying about it. So,
but I think we've already done it like a half dozen times. I think it's like
we
the most
have.
reviewed
So
album as
let's
well.
mix it up.
Yeah.
There's some
And
shit we haven't done
not going
before.
to be there because it would probably win. So
It'd win, obviously.
Yeah,
so take it out of the equation.
Yep. So take it out. We'll spice it up and put Appetite out of it. But yeah, the best debut albums is going to be the week after next. We'll start with that series. We're going to shake it up a bit. We're going to try and wrap it up by the end of the year, which means to truncate things a little bit by doing maybe a couple of rounds in the first couple of weeks to sort of get ourselves a bit of a jump start on those ones there. So we'll start to shake things up to make it go through a bit faster because we are wrapping up about December 10, that kind of mark at this time of year. So we've got to sort of think about that and how many weeks we've got to get it done in. Alrighty, let's get some comments here because we always have those. Dave wins hands down. So there we go.
Just you.
Yeah, Vinny says
win,
Crashdïet have really jumped up my rotation tree at the moment. Appreciate Terrorist bringing this one forward. Thanks, gang. And that's the whole point. Like, even if you don't agree with our choice or whatever else, if you're finding music,
if it was the Savage Playground, I probably would have picked that. That's a fantastic album.
Yep, that is very true. What do we got here? Adrian says, I like the song Cool Flying V Guitar. Which song? That could be anything tonight. So Adrian, if you're watching, please be more specific. Michael says, backtracking, I like Shout at the Devil more than Too Fast for Love myself. I remember at the time with the first album thinking Crew's makeup thing all been done before. At the time I called them gimmicks, so there we go. Jeff says Crashdïet, great name because it's music over metal nutrition. Oh, maybe. Good pun. We're good ones tonight. What do we got here? Michael says, perhaps Crew were the burning witches of their day.
I was just thinking that when that comment came up. I mean, fucking everyone goes for image over... You listen with your ears, not your eyes.
But it also takes time for people to get comfortable in their own skin doing art. Not as easy as that for a lot of people.
It makes people uncomfortable when they have to look at something.
Well, yeah. Okay. Tough says, my haircut alone won't let me listen to this. Maybe I'll grow my neck hair and comb it up. Sailor, this isn't for me, but extra credit for trying. I don't know which one that is.
I've seen that guy naked. No.
Michael says, Dimmu was winner by a whisk and neither are going to be favourites, but for me, composition won out, far more interesting. So there we go. We've got applause and laughter stuff going on. Adrian says two different styles. Michael says, Dave, you said to be objectionable. He did not say objective, just helping you with your bin stuff later on.
Did I misspeak? I'm sorry.
You did. That was
how long have you been watching us, man? I fuck up my words all the time.
Yeah, Julie's not correcting his homework as he goes.
I said ravishing rack rude once. Come on.
I know. That was
I remember that.
Yeah, that was great. I used that as an outtake. Dave, Dude-Eyed album before I saw any video, so there we go. Tough says, just remember, opinions are like farts. We can stand our own, but some will think we are full of shit. And that's pretty much the case. And Michael says, these days, buy a record or cassette just to see if you liked it. So, those days, you did. Yeah, those days.
Yeah.
These days, you stream everything.
Or you stole it.
Well, yeah, that was true. All right. So, yeah, next week on our live stream is going to be Nightwish Once versus Dimmu Borgir, Death Cult Armageddon. That's going to be actually an interesting battle next week. Our Sunday session coming up is going to be reviewing the latest from the Screaming Jets, the Winery Dogs, and Blackstone Cherry. The randomly chosen from the Patreon list is Kate Bush. That's going to be an interesting one. Dave's already pulling his hair out. And we have our final album for the Symphony X series as well. We're going to be doing the final of that on Sunday too. So if you want to join in the fun on that one, you get to watch us do it live, along with us filming our Halloween special for TV. That is going to be on Sunday. Join us on our Patreon page. Any tier will do it for you. We'll just send you a link to go through. There you go. Dave loves this time of year, so we're going to have a lot of fun. Check us out on your TV screens. If you want to check us out on telly, you can see us on Thursday nights at 10:30 p.m. Adelaide time on Channel 44 and Saturday nights 10:30 p.m. Melbourne time on Channel 31. You can watch both of those on TV. There are repeats during the week. You can also catch it on ctvplus.org.au or also via the CTV Plus app. Like I was saying at the top, there are links to everything we're talking about. So if you missed anything along the way, there's a link in the description box to go and check out the music for yourself. And as always, please do check it out for yourself. Make up your own mind. That is the important thing. Music is entirely subjective. We have a lot of fun disagreeing and agreeing with each other, but it's all just whatever makes you happy. Go and listen to that, and that's the main thing. Just listen to whatever makes you happy. If you'd be so kind, like I said before, check out our Patreon page. So any help you can give us there is greatly, greatly appreciated. It will allow me to spend a lot more time editing, getting things released. We have over a decade of archive stuff I'd love to get out there, but I have to work at the moment, so it's kind of a balancing act. And there's a whole lot more too that we've got going on behind the scenes that we'd love to get, make, especially next year. But if we can between now and the end of the year, get some more done too. There's a lot I want to accomplish. So your help would be greatly appreciated if you'd be so kind. Jolie, again, thank you for upping your membership level. I do greatly, greatly appreciate it. Love your work there. But I think we're actually getting onto a point where it's actually going to be not too bad. So, here we go. So what do we got here? So quickly comments wise, Andrew says, just as a side note, does anyone know if there has been any more news on Daniel Estrin from Voyager and his cancer diagnosis? Wish him well in his recovery.
Oh, no, I haven't heard anything.
No, and I think it will be pretty quiet on that front. I wouldn't expect to hear any more until we hear them on
personal for a while, yeah.
Yeah, so I think that they did stipulate in the announcement that they were going to be quiet, and if everyone would respect that, so we haven't obviously pried or anything like that. We're not going to, but no, there's been no news. I expect the next thing we'll hear will be when things are good, and if they're not good, well then we'll hear that as well in due course. But fingers crossed, yeah, quick, speedy, full recovery for Danny, and all our best wishes and support to him, his family, and the band around him as well. Michael says, what a Sunday. That's an awesome run sheet. It's going to be a lot of fun. So Jeff says, if you don't like Bush, you're going to need that hand. Well, probably. Where we're going. Well done, Jeff. Good call. Vinny says, holy shit, it's only 11:30 and I feel the bin approaching. We are almost going to do that. And Tuff says, what glue do I need to sniff to like Kate Bush music? I'm just getting ready for next week.
Mate, if you find out, let me know.
Oh, we're gonna have a lot of fun.
I can only handle a song and a half at a time.
Dave,
I don't even know if I'll get through it by Sunday.
Anyway, it's been prefaced. Let's go to it. Let's go to the bin and start to wrap this one up. Let's go to Dave first. What are you going to put in the bin?
All right, I got a couple, and they're very, very minor stuff. Like no sugar in the tea room at work.
Here's the point.
Yeah, no sugar in the tea room at work. We all rely on that dump of fucking sugar, but none. And going back to emojis on phones and shit, there's no left-handed horns. There's only right. So if you do a right-handed demon head and another horn, it looks wank because you have two right hands. You need a left-handed one to make it look cool. So, and petty grievances, they can go in the middle as well.
Nice.
Well done. Well played.
Yeah. I had a reasonably good week. I didn't have much to piss me off. So.
That is great. That is great. Petty is good. The pettier, the better the bin. All right. On that note, Jeff, what have you got?
Okay. Look, this has bothered me for a long fucking time, and it's petty. It's petty. People that have mobile phones and don't know how to fucking use them. Right? I encounter this on a daily fucking basis. Okay, press the bottom button. What button? I don't know how to get into my notifications. Oh, take your finger, press it, and pull down through the phone. I think that the government or somebody needs to fucking put like a public service announcement on fucking like a commercial or something. If you have a mobile, if you're over the age of 65 and you have a mobile phone, you need to watch this video, because they don't know how to fucking use it. It's fucking like, why do you have it? I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. It's fucking.
I feel like a few bad days at work, man.
It does my fucking head in. I don't know why if they don't know.
Now we know why Jeff wants to go to finance.
Yeah, exactly. So exactly. So like, you need to turn mobile data off. Roaming? No, not roaming. You're not fucking moving. Not roaming. Mobile data. Roaming is for when you're fucking moving. So fucking hell, man. That's in the bin. Fucking
Wonderful.
So what you're saying is you're saying stupid people, really.
Stupid people. Yes, that's right. Stupid people.
Right.
Which could probably be all of us here.
Technically incompetent people.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Well, that's a better way of putting it, I suppose. Because I'm sure they could probably, a lot of people would talk me to the table on a lot of things. But on a mobile phone, I don't fucking think so. And so, yeah, you shouldn't own it. If you have it, you should know how to use it.
Technically,
If you don't know how to use it, give it to someone who does.
Same thing applies to cars. To be
Yeah.
just a quick
Yeah.
throw that in there.
Yes,
People who
exactly.
can't fucking
Oh
drive.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
you know, it's
Definitely.
like everything. Tablets, TVs. I don't know how to. I don't know how to. Why are you calling me and asking me you don't know how to fucking load Netflix? It's not my job.
We're gonna have like meals on wheels, but it's like tech guys on wheels for these people at some point. I swear.
That's a good idea.
Anyway,
Make some money from that.
before we get done for geriatric bashing, let's go to Conrad. What have you got for the bin this week?
Sorry, mine's a little bit more serious.
Okay.
Sorry to say.
Conrad's going to be serious. Wow.
No.
It's
Pinning us in our incompetence.
this is in light of a incident that happened at a Megadeth show last week.
Okay.
I think it was stateside, or I think it was Canada. No, it was Canada.
North
There
America,
was there was a gig last week, a Megadeth concert. Security just being complete and utter total fucking cunts, basically, and bashing fans. You know, security bashing fans at shows. If you're not, you know, I think they should be briefed on the culture and understand the culture and the crowd surfing, what's going to happen, and you know, they should be briefed on this shit. And you shouldn't put these, you know, knuckle dragging Neanderthalic thugs, you know, down the front on the barrier. You know, you don't put them down if they don't understand the culture and what's going to happen. You know, and they beat the shit out of some fan. And Dave stopped the show and called the security out and went, right, you're all out of here. I'm not playing a single note. We're not going any further till I want all of this, that security, that bunch of them out the building. He said, I want to hear that they're out the back somewhere. I want them out the building, you know. So when he got the cops involved, there was a police officer there as well.
Wow.
He called the copper over and he goes, right, get rid of him. Fuck them off, you know.
Wow.
And, you know, that's the thing. I've experienced a bit of it here in Australia. I experienced a bit of it at the show. But, yeah, just security guards that are assholes and prick it out to fans and beat them up. You know, it's not cool.
No,
it's not on.
all.
Don't do that. Yeah.
Well said. Couldn't agree more. I think that everyone goes to those shows for a release to get away from their day-to-day life, not to get anything happening to them. Which
not
is
to have the shit kicked through, you know.
Yeah, exactly. So, yes, well done. Well said. Good point. Belle, let's go to you. What have you got for the bin?
Okay. Look, mine is deadly serious as well. It's no secret that I hate driving around when there's other drivers on the road. And when I was driving around today, I had a lot of missions, errands to run. And pretty much every pet peeve that I have I was subjected to. And so I would like to vent, use this as a forum to just get it out of my system.
Please do.
Okay? If that's cool with everyone.
Yeah.
Please do.
Of course.
All right.
Looking forward to this.
Pet peeve number 1. Why are you driving 15 kilometers under the speed limit?
Yes.
For no reason. Why?
Yep.
Why? Just because you want to waste your life getting to wherever you're going, and you know, waste all those precious minutes, whatever. I don't care. But you are forcing me to do the same. Life is short. Don't be so selfish. Like, just you know, you accumulate those minutes and it turns into days, months, years. Fuck off. Hurry the fuck up. Pet peeve number 2. Waiting for oncoming cars so I can turn right. All right. So waiting for the cars to come, like, that's fine. That's all part of traffic. Okay. But when you stop and you see a car coming, like, all right, I'll wait for this guy. And they fucking crawl. And you could have gone like 5 times because they decide to, you know, lumber on past you. For fuck's sake, can you just drive your car? And, you know,
Indecisive drivers are the worst.
Yeah.
just like really just frustrates me. Pet peeve number 3. people who can't park.
Yep.
There are 2 lines, right? You put your car in between them. It's really not that hard. If
It's
you fuck
too
it
hard
up
for
the
some
first
people,
time,
apparently.
like,
Wow.
you know, you have a chance to rectify the problem and you fix it, so someone else can like use the space next to you that you're taking up, you know, a meter of. Especially, you know, when it's busy and there's not enough car parks. That leads me to pet peeve number 4. Car parks. And the ones where you have to put a ticket into the boom gate.
Yeah.
All right. So you get up there. That is not the time that you start rummaging around in your handbag looking for your ticket.
Yes.
Plan ahead.
You sort that shit out before you even back out of your space, people. Like, just be fucking ready. And there's a whole, like, if you're in the queue, do it then. If you haven't done it before, like, just fucking Anyway, so I got a lot of shit done today, but there was a lot of rage involved in carrying out these missions.
This is like
so I feel a little.
Week.
It's like therapy. I feel better, thanks, guys.
It's like you've been following me around, Belle, with what I do during the day.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
well,
no
I don't know.
idea.
Queensland drivers, Tasmanian drivers, they're just a bunch of fucking
I think they're a
idiots.
different breed. I'll put it that way. There are some.
God.
No, they're everywhere. They're in Victoria as well. It's just stupid fucking people on the road everywhere.
Just
Crazy.
fucking, you know.
I guess it comes
normal.
down to stupid people again.
Yeah. A lot of stupid, right? Which are
We're
you
not the
finished,
stupid
Belle?
ones. It's the rest of the world that's wrong.
Everyone else on the road, at least, is
Yeah.
stupid. I'm the only good driver.
Oh, this is great. Is that all? Everything, Belle? You got your petty list?
I don't have a pet peeve 5. I
Okay.
thought I would leave it there. Thank you, though.
Cool. Well, I've got a couple. One's going to be serious for a moment. They're going to bring it home with something really, really specific to what sort of ties what Belle was talking about. Now, my more serious one, we've got everyone in Australia that's over the age of 18 has a vote this weekend. And I'm not going to tell you
You know
way
what?
to vote.
I was actually going to go with this, but I don't do politics. But, dude, I know what you're going to say, and I agree 100%.
Well, I'm not going to tell you which way to vote.
Cop.
What I am going to say about this whole thing, I'm not sure if Dave knows exactly where I'm going with it, but I'm going to go with, I don't care which way, everyone has a vested interest, whatever they want to believe. I'm not going to tell which way to vote. But when one side of the campaign says, if you don't know, vote no, don't let that dictate your decision. Don't let them take away your agency by not allowing you to be informed. So vote however you like. Just make sure it's an informed vote. Yeah. That's all. I don't want it to be uninformed or any of those things. If you have a legitimate opinion, vote that way. That's not my concern at all. What I am concerned about is the lack of understanding of how the process works. Yeah. And then also on top of that, because of that, you know, don't let them prey on you not understanding something. Ask questions, get information, get as much information as you can, because these votes don't come around very often at all. For a lot of us, this will only be the second referendum we've ever voted on. So a lot of us will be the first. So just, please do make it an informed decision. That's all I'm going to say about it. I'm not going to say which way, whatever to vote, but just that the amount of sheer misinformation that's been kicking around and the amount of bullshit that's been going on, it's been mind-blowing. And I just wish people would just make up their own mind in an informed fashion as opposed to just following what someone on Facebook says. Just actually go on how the whole process works, work out how the app. Yeah,
do your homework.
Can I jump in? I wasn't going to do it, but fuck it. Anyone who piggybacks their own bullshit fucking paranoid conspiracy theories onto a serious issue, just fuck off with your own shit. And personally, it's not really going to affect me, but it has the potential to make somebody else's life better. So how does that threaten anyone? Grow the fuck up. Stop with your bullshit. It's not going to happen again, so let's get it right. That's all
Hey,
I
I
gotta say.
agree. I agree with you.
Yep.
I just wish that
I'm
my
saying.
bigger fear is that because we have such a lack of understanding of how the process works in this country.
And
that goes
yeah,
from
for a
And
fucking
that is
generation does their
exactly
own
why-
research, nobody really wants to seriously research how anything's done.
No.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's why that thing, what you said, if you don't understand, then just vote no, right? Like if you don't know,
And they're playing on that. That's a
Exactly.
deliberate tactic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
exactly.
So that's why I'm saying it's a deliberate tactic. Don't let that influence you. Go and actually work out, because there is a process to all of this. And a lot of the things, my biggest thing about it all is that a lot of the conspiracy theories that are out there, if the government wanted to, they could make those things happen without the referendum. So just think about that for a second. Like,
But ultimately, it has the potential to improve somebody else's quality of life.
well, and the other thing too is that worst case scenario, we can just go through the same process again to undo it. Like it's not, you know what I mean? Like
it's
this
not
is
binding. That's great.
Don't be all end all, people. Don't be fucking scared.
You know,
Okay, so obviously I've been out of touch with what's going on.
yeah. There's a referendum
I've
about.
obviously been out of
amending
touch
the
with what's going on back there, so I'm presuming you've got. Is there an election coming up? I presume.
No, it's a
No.
referendum to change the constitution on something. I'll fill you in later on. It's a hot button topic here, and I don't want to make it a big thing.
No.
Because people are going. I'm not telling you how to vote.
Fair
I'm
enough.
saying that my point of view is very left leaning. People think people that know me know that. It's not a huge surprise to think about which way I would vote. It's not a stunning thing, but it's just a case of what I'm more concerned about is the lack of understanding of a process of what is actually being done and how it all works. And I just wish that people were more educated as a general rule as to how this system works, because it's actually a very safe system. We should really lean into it because it's one of the best systems in the world, and it's been pretty resilient so far. So don't be afraid. Go and actually do the actual legwork, mental work, and get an informed opinion. Whichever way that lands you to, that's fine. Just make sure it's an informed vote as opposed to an uninformed vote.
Hopefully people don't come into this weekend having no fucking idea which way they're leaning, because really, how long has this been going on?
Yeah, it's been flagged for a while now. So
yeah,
it's unfortunate, but that's the way it is. But I would lay a lot of the blame at the Yes campaign too. They have fucking shat the bed momentously on this. So whatever.
I think so.
But we'll see what happens. It's not about that. It's just about, just make sure whatever way you vote, I'm okay with that. I have no judgment on individual voting, however they want to vote. Just make sure it's informed. Just please go and actually be informed before
as long as it's your vote, not someone
Yes.
else's vote that you're just
someone else's vote. Yeah. Don't parrot. Go and make your own opinion, and it's okay to disagree. It's okay to disagree. I've got no problem with that.
Yeah.
Just make sure you actually have basis for what you're thinking, as opposed to fear mongering and then playing on your fears and just ramming it down your throat that way. All right, my more specific and more fun bin, just to bring things back into normal territory here. Like I said, it's oddly specific, so I did want to bring it home on a humorous note. Now, the point of this is that people that know what I'm doing a lot of DoorDash here at the moment, so that's how I'm making my daily bread. And what happens is, again, it comes down to people. The amount of people that I see on the roads, in the supermarket, and all this sort of stuff, that are blissfully unaware of their surroundings is fucking mind-blowing. And there's this one particular dude. I want to say a big fuck you to this guy. All right. So there's a shopping center here, and I picked up an order, and I'm going down the fucking travelator, which is everything's, one width. You can't walk past someone. I've got a big fucking delivery bag. I'm carrying an order and whatever else. So whatever. I'm happy to wait. This dude, though, is just fucking sitting there on his phone, just scrolling away. He could have walked because the rest of the thing was just empty, but he just goes, nah. And then when we're like 3 paces from the end, he starts to walk. Then it's like, okay, well, fine, whatever. And then as you walk off the travelator, there's 3 ways out. There's the sliding glass doors in front. Then you got 2, manually open doors left and right. So he walks out the left to go to that part of the car park. And I'm okay, cool. I'm following this guy as well. The door that's there is already open. It's wedged open by a fucking wind or a plant or something, whatever else. So I'm walking behind this guy, and he then, as he's walking through, being blissfully unaware on his phone the whole time, he reaches behind him as he's going through and pulls the door closed behind him. When I'm a half step behind him.
Oh,
right.
Prick.
You asshat. Fuck you. Get in the bin, you piece of shit. Like, what the actual fuck was the point of that to begin with?
Wow.
And then when you choose to do something socially aware, I guarantee you one of the drop kicks doesn't put your fucking trolley back as well, like I did last week. I've been that. You fucking dunce. Okay? Get in the bin, you piece of shit. fucking actually
Just
pay
look
half.
behind you.
I know.
That's what happens.
He just
Happens
walked
when
through
cousins
the
fuck.
door and let his arm trail as he's going through, and just yanked it closed behind him. It's like you didn't even. What if there was a fucking kid behind him? Like
Yep.
absolutely no
Which
awareness.
kid?
Oh.
That's how this happened.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
right.
there you go. Just to tie it all in. So that particular dude, that one dude here in Queensland, you can get in the fucking bin. Fuck
Yeah.
you. Don't get in my way again.
That's what
Otherwise-
happens when cousins
You
fuck.
know he's watching, man. He's watching.
I hope so.
Hope he's
I hope
watching.
so. What were you saying, Conrad?
Sorry.
You said something, but it cut out. So what were you saying then?
Hello.
Can you hear us?
I said
We're here. Are you?
when cousins fuck.
Okay. Yes. Good point. Rightio, with you now. Okay. Let's get to some final
Conrad,
comments before we get out of
Conrad,
here.
what are you doing? Conrad,
What
are
are
you
you-
making another stew?
What
Did
are
you
you
make
making?
it to the butcher the other day?
No, here we
I'm
go.
making
Questions.
I'm making mashed potato actually.
There we
Oh,
go.
wow.
Nice.
Hangers
Doing
and
mashed
mash or just
potato.
mash?
Okay.
No, it's very gourmet mash. It's got blue cheese and
Oh, wow.
garlic and spring onions and chives
Nice.
and cream.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
That sounds nice.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
That was awesome.
Cream
Enjoy.
cheese. Cream
Nice.
cheese. Yeah.
Holy crap.
Enjoy.
Yeah.
Got to get some comments.
good.
Then we'll get out of here. So back to the Kate Bush stuff there for a second. Michael's gone, what's coming up next? Pet Shop Boys. Not today.
I was thinking the
Um,
same thing this week, man. It turned into the soft cock program.
No.
Rowan says bin liners in the bin. There we go. Okay. Radio.
Oh, Rowan. You're so awesome.
Yep. Tough says all kinds of weapons. Why can't we just try to strangle each other like decent human beings? Well, that'd be nice, I guess. Michael says in the bin is keeping quiet. Happy birthday on Black Friday, my lovely other half. I promise to drive you even more nuts over the next year. There you go. Happy birthday,
Aw.
Jolie, for tomorrow.
Nice.
That is
Sweet.
awesome.
Happy birthday, Jolie.
Yeah.
Happy
Don't keep
birthday.
that shit quiet. Happy birthday,
Thanks,
Jolie. Have an
Michael.
amazing day. Thank you,
You
Michael.
won't get in
Friday.
trouble. She'll be happy. She'll be pleased.
Yeah. That is well done, man. And hopefully, yes, you do spoiler and drive her nuts over the next year. That'll be great. So right. Adrian's gone, Jeff, you are so right. Those calls are killers. Nicole is also saying exactly, Jeff. Vinny says, my bin is using the toilet at my new workplace. If they're far too close to the office desks and having to cover my toilet noises mid-dookie, I'm ready to retire. Wow. There's a
Nice.
backstory there, I'm sure.
Oh,
Anyway,
Vinny.
what do we got here? Jeff says, thank you all. Never change just to make us happy. Well, none of us will change. Don't worry about that. Vinny, Jeff's tech support. Fuck off. It's not my job. There's a t-shirt in that.
Wow.
That is great.
Yeah. Programming your TV though, like fuck,
Oh,
that's
Dave,
not my job.
Dave.
Seriously.
Taking a technical difficulties, Dave.
Oh,
What do
Have you
go.
ever told people? Have you ever told people, Jeff, like on the IT? What was it? The IT show? Wow, what's that
The
called?
IT
The
crowd.
IT crowd.
Yeah.
crowd. Yeah.
Oh
The
yeah.
IT crowd. Have you ever told them try
Yes,
turning it
dude.
off and turning it on?
Yes.
again?
Oh, every day, man. That's normal.
Go to.
Brilliant,
I swear to God, that's
Oh,
part
yeah.
of it.
brilliant.
Wow. Fucking hell. What do we got here? Tuff says, after doing a security guard course, you're right, there are a lot of morons in the business. So
Oh,
there you go. That's one for Conrad there. And Nicole says, don't drive up near me. That's everyone. Bell says, oh, sorry, Vinny, Bell, can you call my mum and give her a rev up about driving too slow, please? She's found a slower gear than neutral.
Oh God. Yes, it is
really
the older people, and you think they'd be in a hurry to get where they're going a lot quicker. They've got less time.
I was about to say they got less time.
Right?
So
Oh,
I don't know. Tuff says, these aren't drivers. They're paid actors to surround your car and do stupid shit and then follow you in a safe way. They're a business called Us Monkeys Incorporated. Well done. Well done, Tuff. That is a good one.
Yeah.
those damn
Yeah,
ass
Michael
monkeys.
says both sides on voice get a big fail in their campaigns. That's a massive fail. I agree with that one.
Oh yeah.
You got a new one here. Hersog91 saying greetings from Brazil. Cheers. Good to see you.
Hey!
Thanks for joining us.
Wow.
Thank you for joining us on
Brazil.
Twitch.
Hey, Brazil.
How sweet is that?
Awesome. Loving it.
That's
so hopefully
cool.
you've enjoyed the show tonight. You can watch it all on YouTube if you didn't catch the start. Nicole says, I agree, Michael. Secondly, to add something to the Constitution requires a vote, not a referendum. Yeah, it's all there's lots. There we go. Adrian says, Conrad, cooking show. Nicole says, it's Queensland, Andrew. It's another planet. I'm learning that very quickly. Andrew is heated. Yeah, it is up here. Always watch your 6. Yeah, so yeah, you should. But Tough says some people need an RKO followed by an atomic leg drop. Put that in the Constitution. I'll give it a hell yes. That's a different one there. And Dave's gone out of hand. I think he's run out of hands. I don't know what's happened there. And then's gone. Tough says I saw a ham being mixed in that meal. So there's the meat portion. Meat group. And Nicole's jumped in to say happy birthday, Jolie, as well. So a lot of love for Jolie going around, which is fantastic. Yeah. I was hoping for Dave to jump back in, but I haven't seen him and I haven't heard anything, so I don't know what's going to happen with that. So I don't think Dave's going to make it back in time, unfortunately. I think he's having major technical meltdowns.
Must have something. Yeah.
Vinny's gone. Dave needs Jeff tech support. Jeff's going to tell him, fuck off, it's not my job. So I'm not going to plug your phone in for you.
Turn it on. Turn it on again.
Fucking
he
hell.
can't get back in, so just close it up. Yeah.
Alrighty. Yeah. Well, on behalf of Dave, I'm going to thank you all for tuning in for another week. We're back again with another show next week. And if you are inclined, then check out Patreon and join us on Sunday for a Sunday session as well. We're going to have a lot of fun with that. You're going to watch. You think Dave's meltdown tonight was good? Sunday is going to be epic, I reckon. Sally's saying thanks, guys. You're more than welcome. Thank you all for tuning in for another bunch of nonsense with us. Hopefully we've brightened your day up a bit, and we do appreciate you spending some time with us, whether it's live or later on, whenever you get a chance to sit down and watch all this one. We do appreciate you taking a few minutes to check out what we do, and hopefully we've made you smile and have a few laughs along the way. But we'll see you all again very, very soon. Until next time, though, I'm Andrew.
I'm Belle.
I'm Jeff.
I'm Conrad.
I love the lag. Alrighty, we'll see you all again very, very soon. Until then, you know what to do, folks. Hang on.
Is he coming
Wait.
back?
Last minute.
Made it back.
Dave,
Yeah.
you hear
We're doing the goodbye yet?
like we're literally about to go drink up rock on. So
fantastic. Sorry, the phone was being a cunt. That can go in the bin. Stupid technology.
Yeah, there you go. Well, fuck off, Dave. It's not my job.
Jeff, help!
They
phone's
put me
shit.
up to saying that. They put me.
What button do I press, Jeff?
Yeah, the off
turn
button.
it off, turn it on again.
What,
All right.
Where's the off button?
Yeah.
Just shut down.
In Uranus. Alrighty. On that note, we're out of here. We'll see you all again, same time, place next week. Until then, you know what to do, folks. As always,
Drink up.
Drink up.
And rock on.
Rock on.
Rock on.
see
Hand it to you.
guys.
Come on.